Acting Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Roll call. Provincial Vice Governor Clive D. Quino.
Here.
Board Member Mario Jr. B. Albarese. Board Member Godofredo I. Balansag. Board Member Minerva C. Casinabe. Board Member Bobby J. B. Dinlayan. Board Member Marlon Brando B. Dinlayan. Board Member Armando Jr. S. Evangelista on official business. Board Member Jose Miguel S. Fortich. Board Member Oliver Owen L. Garcia on official business. Board Member Ria Lu S. Linas. Absent. Board Member Holly C. Monsanto. Board Member Eliezer S. Onahon. Board Member Joseph D. Palmada. Board Member Ranolfo Jose Jr. Z. Pipito. Board Member Renato S. Sumbungan on official business. Mr. Chair, there are 11 members out of 15 members inside the session hall. There is a quorum.
There being a quorum, the 56th regular session of the 28th SP is hereby in order. Majority Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Our calendar of business consists of the following: reading and approval of the minutes of the 55th regular session, 12 items under the first reading, 34 items for the second reading, 1 item under the third and final reading, 7 items under other communications, and 5 items under addendum 1. Moving for the approval of the calendar of business as presented, Mr. Presiding Officer.
In a second, the calendar of business for the 56th regular session is hereby approved.
As to the minutes of the 55th regular session of the 28th Sangguniang Panlalawigan held at SP Session Hall, Malaybalay City on August 11, 2026, copy of the same has been disseminated in advance for consideration of this august body. Thus, I move to dispense for the full reading of the said minutes, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments, there being none, the reading of the minutes of the 55th regular session is hereby dispensed with.
I move further for the approval and adoption of the said minutes, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments, there being none, motion is approved.
Proceeding to our first reading, reference of business, may I request our Secretary to read the first item therein, Mr. Presiding Officer?
Madam Secretary, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor. First reading, reference of business, item number 1, proposed ordinance number 037-2026 of the 28th SP, authored by Board Member Oliver Owen L. Garcia, 4th Legislative District, and co-authored by Board Member Bobby J. B. Dinlayan, 2nd Legislative District, entitled An Ordinance Naming the Junction Sari Highway, Malaybalay, Canayan Road, stretching 6.25 km as Aki Dinlayan Senior Road.
I move for the approval of the following, Mr. Presiding Officer. Items number 1 and 7 be referred to the Committee on Laws, Justice, and Human Rights. Items number 2 to 4 be transferred to the new business of the day, and this will be marked as items number 35 to 37. Item number 5 be transferred to the new business of the day, and this will be marked as item number 42. Item number 6 be referred to the Committee on Civil Service. Items number 8 to 11 be transferred to the new business of the day, and this will be marked as items number 38 to 41. Item number 12 be referred to the Committee on Environmental Protection, Climate Change, and Disaster Preparedness, and addendum 1 items number 1 to 5 be incorporated in the new business of the day as items number 43 to 47. I so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments, there being none, motion is approved.
Since we will now proceed to our privilege hour, Mr. Presiding Officer. Since there are no items under the privilege hour, also under the question hour. And also, no items tabled under the unfinished business. We will now proceed to the second reading, business for the day. For items number 1 to 4, Mr. Presiding Officer, may we now recognize our board member from the 3rd District, Board Member Minerva Casinabe.
The Honorable Casinabe is recognized. Please proceed, Ma'am Bing.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Mayong hapon sa tanan.
Mayong hapon.
Your Honor, the Committee on Poverty Alleviation and Social Reform to which was referred Ordinance Number 051 on the 16th SB Series of 2026 approved on July 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Expanded Benefits of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program or 4Ps beneficiaries in the municipality of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. The findings: the committee finds that the ordinance seeks to institutionalize complementary programs, services, and interventions for qualified Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program beneficiaries residing in the municipality of Kitaw-Taw, including assistance in livelihood, employment, education, health, and other social welfare services. Pursuant to Section 16 of Republic Act No. 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, every local government unit shall exercise powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental to its efficient and effective governance and those essential to the promotion of the general welfare, including the promotion of social justice and economic prosperity. Furthermore, Republic Act No. 11310, otherwise known as the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program Act, provide for priority access of qualified household beneficiaries to livelihood and employment interventions and require the convergence and complementation of government programs and services for the poor, the provision of complementary livelihood, employment, educational, health, and other social welfare assistance under the ordinance is within the municipality's general welfare powers, and it is consistent with the complementary and convergence mechanisms contemplated under the 4Ps Act. Thus, the ordinance provides a local mechanism for supporting 4Ps beneficiaries through programs and services within the authority of the municipality, consistent with the objectives of Republic Act No. 11310. Recommendations: the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance No. 051 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended, Your Honor.
Objections, comments? If there are none, motion is approved.
Committee Report Number 2 of Committee on Poverty, Alleviation, and Social Reform, to which was referred Ordinance Number 88-2026 on the 16th SB Series of 2026 approved on July 21, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Monthly Stipend for Indigent Adults and Children with Disability, or CWD, in the municipality of Malitbog, Bukidnon, in compliance with the Magna Carta for Disabled Persons, or RA 7277, and providing funds therefore and for other purposes. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. The committee notes that the Municipal Ordinance Number 88-2026 was previously referred back to the Sangguniang Bayan for the amendment of its penalty provision. Upon resubmission, the ordinance was amended to address the matter raised during the previous review. Pursuant to Section 16 of Republic Act No. 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, every local government unit shall exercise powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental for its efficient and effective governance, and those essential to the promotion of the general welfare, including the enhancement of economic prosperity and social justice. Furthermore, Republic Act No. 7277, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for Persons with Disability as amended, declares that the state shall give full support to the improvement of the total well-being of persons with disabilities and adopt policies ensuring their rehabilitation and self-development and self-reliance. In view of the foregoing, the provision of a monthly stipend to qualified indigent persons with disability is a measure consistent with the promotion of social justice and the improvement of the well-being of PWDs and falls within the general welfare powers of the municipality. Hence, the committee finds that the amended ordinance is consistent with the foregoing laws and does not contravene pertinent laws, rules, and regulations. Recommendations. The committee hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 88-2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malitbog, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. So recommended, Your Honor.
Any second? Unanimously seconded, the motion is approved.
Another committee report, Your Honor.
Please proceed.
Again, the Committees on Women and Family Relations, to which was referred Executive Order number 024, Series of 2026, dated July 20, 2026, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled Reconstituting the Local Government Unit of Kitaw-Taw Gender and Development Focal Point System, have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. The findings. The committee finds that the purpose, composition, functions, and assigned responsibilities are consistent with the policy of institutionalizing gender mainstreaming within the local government. The executive order provides for the GFPS Executive Committee, Technical Working Group, or GAD Secretariat, Focal Person, and GAD Monitoring and Evaluation Team, and assigns functions relating to GAD planning and budgeting, policy development, implementation, monitoring, evaluation, reporting, and capacity building. Pursuant to Section 36 of Republic Act Number 9710, otherwise known as the Magna Carta of Women, all local government units are mandated to adopt gender mainstreaming as a strategy to promote women's human rights and eliminate gender discrimination in their systems, structures, policies, programs, processes, and procedures, including planning, budgeting, monitoring, and evaluation for GAD. Furthermore, Section 444 of Republic Act Number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, vests the municipal mayor with the authority to exercise the powers and perform the duties and functions provided by law and to ensure the effective administration of municipal programs, projects, services, and activities, including the issuance of executive orders in the exercise of such authority. To the committee likewise notes the executive order's reconstitution of the GFPS is consistent with the PCW DILG DBM NIDA Joint Memorandum Circular Number 2024-01, which provides the revised guidelines on the localization of the Magna Carta of Women and institutionalization of GAD mechanisms in LGUs. Recommendation, the committee hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order Number 024, Series of 2026, from the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon for being proper in order and within the competence of the local Chief Executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended, Your Honor.
Objections, comments? If there are none, motion is approved.
The last committee report, Your Honor, again from the Committee on Women and Family Relations, to which was referred Ordinance Number 052 on the 16th SB, Series of 2026, approved on July 20, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the key assistance for developing adolescents in the municipality of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings. Upon review of ordinance, the committee finds that while its objectives of establishing an adolescent health and development network and providing adolescent-friendly services are generally consistent with the powers and functions of the municipality, certain provisions require clarification and amendment to ensure conformity with existing national laws and to avoid the exercise of powers beyond those granted to the local government. Section 447, Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, the Sangguniang Bayan as the legislative body of the municipality is invested with the authority to enact ordinances and impose penalties for their violation subject to the limitation prescribed by law. Hence, Section 18, Paragraph A, insofar as the authorizes the CADA network to develop a code of ethics and penalties, should be amended to clarify that CADA network may formulate ethical standards and administrative procedures, but may not independently create penal sanctions. Section 7, Republic Act number 10354 of the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, while family planning information and services are made available, minors may not be allowed access to modern methods of family planning without the written consent of their parents or guardians, subject to the statutory provisions and applicable jurisprudence. Hence, Section 7, 9, and 16 should be qualified to expressly provide that adolescent sexual and reproductive health and family planning services shall be rendered in accordance with applicable laws on the consistent and parental or guardian's authority. Recommendations. The committee hereby recommend the ordinance number 052 16th SB series of 2026 on July 20 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon be referred back to its origin for the purpose of undertaking the necessary corrective revisions that ensure conformity with the existing laws and regulation. So recommended, Your Honor.
Objections, comments? If there are none, motion is approved.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Honorable Kasinabe. Majority floor.
Proceeding to item number 5, Mr. Presiding Officer, may
Please
we now
proceed.
recognize our ex-officio board member, our ABC Federation President, Board Member Godofredo Balansag.
The Honorable Balansag is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Item number 5 under business for the day is a committee report on the Committee on Barangay and Local Government number 2026-B-053. Mr. Presiding Officer, the Committee on Barangay and Local Government, to which was referred Executive Order number 022 Series of 2026 dated July 20, 2026 from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Constituting the Municipal Evaluation Team for the Seal of Good Local Governance for Barangays, Child-Friendly Barangay, Baudes Functionality and Barangay Local Legislative Award, and Outstanding Sangguniang Kabataan. Have considered the same and hereby submits their findings, comments, and recommendation. Findings. The committee finds the Executive Order seeks to reconstitute the Municipal Evaluation Team tasked to supervise, coordinate, validate, and assess the performance of all barangays in the municipality of Kitaw-Taw in relation to the implementation of the Seal of Good Local Governance for Barangays, Child-Friendly Local Governance Audit, Barangay Bau-Des Functionality Assessment, Barangay Local Legislative Award, and the Outstanding Sangguniang Kabataan Assessment. The creation of such team is intended to ensure that the evaluation of barangays is conducted in a systematic, transparent, and objective manner consistent with the standards prescribed by the Department of Interior and Local Government and other concerned government agency. The committee likewise finds that the measures is supported by the existing laws, policies, Section 16 of the Republic Act Number 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, empowers local government units to promote the general welfare and adopt measures necessary to enhance the quality of public service within the respective jurisdiction. Moreover, Section 444B 1 and 6 of the same code authorizes the municipal mayor to issue executive orders necessary for the efficient administration of municipal affairs and to ensure that the laws and ordinances are faithfully executed. The committee further notes that the executive order is consistent with the policies of the Department of Interior and Local Government, which aims to strengthen local governance, accountability, legislative performance, child protection, gender responsiveness, and youth participation at the barangay level. Thus, the executive order is legally sufficient and consistent with the objectives of promoting excellence in the local governance and improving the delivery of basic services in the barangays of the municipality of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the approval of Executive Order Number 022 Series of 2026 dated July 20, 2026 from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Kitaw-Taw, Bukidnon for being proper and in accordance with the law and within the scope of authority of the local executive concerned to promulgate. So recommended for approval, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Unanimously seconded, the motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Balansac. Majority floor.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, before proceeding to the next item, I move to suspend our internal house rules to accommodate our invited guests. We have here from the Back Secretariat and the PSWDO. This is with regards to the item
In a second,
sorry.
motion is approved.
This is with regards to the item in the addendum 1, Mr. Presiding Officer, item number 4. For this purpose, Mr. Presiding Officer, may we first recognize our board member, Attorney Oliver, Holis Monsanto, sorry.
The Honorable Monsanto is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. We have caused actually the invitation of the BAC personnel and also Ma'am Ellen for the PSWD. This is with regards to this item. To be specific, this is a request practically by our provincial governor to sign, for an authority to sign the purchase orders / contract of agreement for the supply and delivery of rice for PGO management. Actually, ang naka-address din for PGO management with one supplier, the contract cost of 177,999,500. Now, this was referred as urgent. So, murag medyo na kuan po tagamay, why the urgency of this matter, and considering the amount involved. Preliminary discussions has been made that kung ato siyang kakwintahon magud siya, murag ang dating niya ani is nahulog og tag 70 pesos per kilo. Murag medyo mahal-mahal siya compared with the market nga naa. And we're expecting manggod nga tungod sa kadako unta sa volume, mo barato-barato unta, no? So really we need some explanation on that. Matod pa nga di 70 pesos for a total of 700 pesos is per pack. Tungod kay consider man nila pag-appeal ang silupin nga gisudlan, ang tracking and delivery. So that justifies sa 700 pesos per pack. Now, other matters siguro nga to be clarified is the recipient. The recipient, since downloaded, although downloaded kini nga amount from the national government, downloaded kini siya, ang recipient kay as initially mentioned sa ato ang mga back personnel, naapoy iya di ay sa mga municipality. No, ang mga respective LGU nag-distribute po sila ingunani. So usa sa mga concern nga akong gipangutana pero wa pa po ko maklaruhi ang mga board member, wa pa po maklaruhi, how are we going to distribute this nga nang distribute naman ang atong mga LGU? So meaning to say na sila gi-identify na og muhatag pataog gikan sa province itself, this 177 million, meaning to say na po yung bagong set of beneficiaries to be identified siguro. Kaya di man pwede og katong natagaan na sa respective LGU, mao gyud po tagaan na to aning kining rice unsa ba kay tawag ani niya ayuda baka ni siya unsa ba. So siguro ni aman karon ng ato ang officer sa PSWDO siguro that could shed light as to the recipient and how could we possibly mag-liquidate magot siguro ta ani, di ba? How could we justify nga mag-ingon kita nga nang hatag naman ang respective LGU nganong manghatag pa man ang provincial government murag kaduha, no? How are we going to do that? No, siguro mapangutana nato na karon niya ato ang mga resource persons to answer our query. So with that, Mr. Presiding Officer,
Who would you like to ask first, Honorable Monsanto?
ato siguro pangutanon ang recipient ang PSWDO siguro no, atong kinsa ang mga recipient nato ani, how are we going to identify and qualify the recipient?
So, Ma'am Ellen Samuel Mintao, our very dynamic PSWD head.
Pleasant afternoon to all of us. Special
Magandang
mention
hapon.
to our presiding officer, the Honorable Vice Governor Clive Diquinio, and all the Sangguniang Panlalawigan members. So, I'm just happy being invited, though it is a surprise invitation. I'm sorry to say it. I was just called Walhi. But still, I will try to answer with humility and of course, bear with me kung di gid na ko ma-perfect ang inyong mga questions or clarifications, but I tried to answer at the best of my capacity. Okay, first of all, as we all know, it was national funded, 178 million, downloaded, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard April pa, and we have to accomplish the project proposal, and it was approved, ang nag-accomplish sa project proposal with the, spearheaded by the planning office, and ni-undergo siya og procurement process, PGB, and of course, during the bidding, I think na-mention naman earlier that it cost 700 pesos per bags at 10 kilos. And that 700 at 10 kilos, na siya, packed by 10 kilos with specified printing, packaging as directed, instructed by the national office. So, roughly estimate, we don't have our own constituents. So, ang atong recipients are the local government units. So, as PSWDO, with the help of our technical working group or the office of MPDO, we have our PPDO, we met last 2 weeks ago, and we tried to come up with certain guidelines or instructions how to deal this subsidy or rice subsidy to the LGUs. So, we agreed nga dili kita dapat mulapas sa as mandated dito sa guidelines, no, per the LG and Joint Memorandum Circular. So based on the arrangement, we will provide the local government units, specifically unahon nato ang 20 municipalities. And the 20 municipalities will receive around 7,150 bags at 10 kilos. ang atong mga lungsod. 7,150 bags na procured bags. Mo na atong ipang distribute per LGU, and we prepared the acknowledgement receipt for distribution, and the listing according to atong template kay gi-come up with ang template, the format na ay names, diri full name, address, na ay pila ka kilos, identified na tag 10 kilos. Of course, na ay signature sa atong mga recipient, and indicate good nga taga barangay. Our template is per barangay. And naa dito nakabutang og gikinahanglan i-identify kung near, poor, or poor. Isa gid siya gipangayo. And dito dayon ta sa another column of not a beneficiary for other assistance, and natay vulnerable sectors, the sectors nga naa sa atong office sa PSWDO like senior, PWD, solo parents, and other sectors involved sa atong women, of course, indigent women. And it should be validated or validated by punong barangay and the municipal or social welfare and development officers, and signed to our municipal mayor. So dito sa local level, mo sign ang atong barangay, ang atong municipal social welfare, and the local chief executive. So far, niapa mi sa pag hatag sa ila sa template, and coming Thursday, we'll have a meeting with our local counterpart, the local social welfare, and the focal persons. Kaya na ay mga LGUs nga ilang nasa separate focal. We honor sa ilang kinsilang trusted, but still we invited the presence of our municipal social welfare, especially the matter on the sectors or the vulnerable sectors. So the listing is coming from them. So ang atong plaster ani, it should be naka-line up na, naka-encoded ang ilang mga names. And then they prepared the claim stub, and by the time na kumpleto na ang atong mga names and the claim stub na prepare na nila, we will release the kanang number of sacks nga intended for the LGUs. So ingana siya, Your Honor.
Ang akong question ani ma'am is, aside from the amount downloaded to the provincial government, doon na ba po separate ang amount loaded dito sa LGU?
Yes, directly sa ila gi-download.
So murag kung maduble.
Actually, original good nga plan ana is transing. Kana bitang kung natagaan siya this month, the same beneficiaries unta ang matagaan na for the following after 2 months. Pero knowing sa kadaghan sa atong mga beneficiaries, mahitabo ng ubang LGUs, especially kung dagko sila nga households or families, kaisa ra gid sila maka-provide sa ilang budget allocation. Example lugar sa kung nakaabot og 7,000, 5 million man usual, commonly 5 million, so 7,000 roughly 7,150 sacks. Kung naa sila households nga more than that, gamay ra gid kay ang naka-households og gamay lang nga diferensya sa ilang number of population sa ilang families. So possible gyud nga ingana ang mahitabo nga mauna kay actually ang akong nahibalan sa the rest, majority sa ila wala pa sila naka-procure. So mauna ang ato hopefully ang province og hatag.
So ang kining instruction nga ingon ani nga rice gayud ang ipanghatag comes from the national government.
Yes, Your Honor.
Dili kita ang makabuot
Dili takabuot.
sa plan or program.
Oo.
Okay. So ingon ana ang mo to akong question kanina nga kung manghatag ang province and then nakapanghatag pud ang kuan ang local ang atong mga LGU. So unsaon kibali nato na sa province pag liquidate sa ato nga naman po separate nila nga funding.
Makaliquidate since
Napoy mga names nga gipanghatag.
naaman mohatag na sila.
So aside kibali sa mga names nga ilang gihatagan pod sa kadtong amount nga gi-download sa ila directly, napoy separate names nga ilay panghatag pa sa ato.
Hopefully sa mga dagko nga LGUs. So majority lahi gid ang beneficiary sa ato sa province and sa local government units or sa municipalities. Kay dagko man pod ang ilang population as to families. Pero in the event gyud dili na nato ikuan nga gigagmay nga munisipyo and only few ra man siguro man kaingon sila kog duha nga possible sila nga kani nga beneficiaries makadawat sa province, makadawat pod sa possible lang ha sa local government units, pero dili man siya ingon nga mo contradict still kay unta gani by monthly mahatagan man sila in 6 tranches allowed kung naalayon tay daghan nga budget.
So allowed day sila og matagaan.
pwede ra sila transing lugar kapila sila maka-receive.
Tagaan siya og more than
Oo,
once. More than once, okay. So, I do not know. Napatoy isa ka katong panagaan nato katong mga poor o katong near poor, no?
Oh, the poor and near poor
Near
is
poor.
identified by the local government units with the help of our social welfare, and hopefully kato pong PSA na to nga data sa CBMIS. Dito maguto ang result sa CBMIS ang poor and near poor.
So kinsa po nag-identify ana nga mga term ng poor ug near poor?
Our national level.
Nasyonal. Napoy mga kategorya na ug unsa ang near poor?
Oh, naapod.
Kita tanang murag near poor naman taan.
That's why medyo ang law is kuhan siya, di wala naka-box because sa near poor.
Near poor, okay.
That used to be poor and ultra poor. Karon, mag-anticipate na daan nga naay mga mahimong pobre.
Yeah, padulong nas kapobrehon.
Padulong nas kapobrehon. Yan, it's a poor and ultra poor. Di ba? Karon,
Poor is among the poor, then poor, then daghan na kayo. So karon,
Siguro no daghan gyud mapobre sa ato gyud no.
daghan gyud mo declare og near poor.
Mana nang utana may unsay kategorya na, unsay qualification kay basin pa. No?
Peer kuan siya,
So, anyway.
honorable, peer, based sa survey.
Okay, so
Ana category.
I'm yielding, Mr. Presiding Officer, to the other members of the body for probably some questions to Ma'am Edith.
yes, Honorable Marlon Bobby J. Dinlayan. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Hello, ma'am. Mayong hapon.
Yes, Your
What
Honor.
are the inclusions? Kining atong, aside from the, of course, the rice and the packaging, what are the other inclusions on this? Accordingly na ay delivery,
Pardon, Your Honor?
na ay delivery ani ang inclusion niya. Appeal
At the
siya sa-
700 pesos per 10 kilos bag, including na all the price, ana.
Yes, about the delivery.
Sa ilan na?
Appeal siya.
Oo.
Nakita man ako kanya dito sa delivery nga i-designate siya per municipality. So meaning ang katong municipality ang bahala sa pag-deliver o pagkuha
From
sa...
the supplier to the province of Bukidnon, to be clear, diha lang. So magkuhan gid sila, Your Honor, possible nga diri magid na ang pag-receive. Actually procurement na ni siya nga aspeto. O ang pag-receive diri gid sa province. So magbutang lang tag designate area kung asa siya ibutang. Pero those northern part of Bukidnon, ang among arrangement mauna sila kay by the time mo deliver na i-draft off na dayon. Mo nang ikumpleto na namo ang mga documents para ma-drop na, no need for the northern part kay I think the supplier is from there.
So meaning, dili mo gasto ang province sa delivery. Dili na.
Dili na daw according
Okay,
to
so wala yung delivery.
the PGSO.
Okay.
The back. Kay dili naman na
okay.
apart sa ako.
So, katulang siyang packaging and the rice itself. Dili man po ni, anyway, di man ni kwarta sa province, no?
Yes,
National-
Your Honor, quarter sa national,
National.
government.
Okay.
The katong FALGO,
Okay.
Food Assistance to Local Government Units. FALGO.
Okay. So, thank you, Ma'am Ellen.
Yeah, my
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Bobby J. Dinlayan. Yeah, Honorable Kasinabe.
Your Honor, sa taga-BAC, tingali
Ay, salamat.
kang sir. Mangutana lang ko, si representative. Si PPDO.
Good afternoon.
Engineer Manggobat, good afternoon, Engineer.
And we also have the head of the secretariat sa Backpod, si Ms. Faith. With permission from the chair.
Si Ma'am Faith. Good afternoon,
Yes, yes.
Ma'am Faith. Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
mangutana lang ko, Engineer, pila ka sako ning 177 million point 999? Pila ka sacks ni?
254,285 packs po.
254.
54,285.
So, meaning kanang 254,000 sacks kapila na nila i-deliver sa supplier?
Ano siya, ma'am? Staggered and depends upon the end user's demand po.
Dili lugar na one-time, big-time delivery?
Dili siya, ma'am.
Okay, so now mangutana ko, who is the winning bidder of this?
As of now, ma'am, si Soda Trading, the advertisement na namo siya sa Field Jobs. Daghan nag-inquire, daghan nagkuan sa bidox, pero only Soda Trading ang nag-drop during the bid opening.
Wala ba tayong mga local traders pareha diri sa taga Valencia,
Actually, ma'am,
Manolo Fortich?
Actually, ma'am, like, nag-inquire po dato ang mga common suppliers like Central Super Sales, Darbs Corporation, but their concern is dili nila kaya ang single largest completed contract nga gina-require ana nga ABC po.
Okay, so for example, maabot lugar ang delivery sa rice. Now, diretso giday na sa LGU as requested by the LGUs or pundo dire?
Ma'am, as requested by PGB, ma'am, or Ma'am Ellen as the coordinator or ang mag-implement sa...
Okay.
Yes po.
Kay pareha sa una ba, pwede ba may dabay murag ceremonial distributions nga makauban pod ang mga board members? Kay
Actually, ma'am, kay gina-require po ta ni DILG. Even DILG is invited sa tanan procurement activities
kay
nato.
that will be credited to the mayors. Kay sila may ba-identify dito, walay presensya sa mga board members. Kay this rice is from the provincial government, di ba? Aron sad ma-recognize
Yes,
at may kay doon na ba yung 2020?
Pero as to the ceremonial activity,
Off the
ma'am,
record.
maybe we'll refer it to Sir Jess.
Yes. Sir Jess.
Good afternoon.
To Ma'am Ellen. Ma'am, good afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Nana mo yung mga prospect na yung mga recipients, ma'am, in the whole province, listing coming from different local government units.
Prospect
Yes.
beneficiaries.
Beneficiaries.
Ongoing pa ang ilang pag-finalize, but they all know the number of slots or number of beneficiaries per families ang atong ihap, Your Honor.
Per families.
Oo.
Pero ang nag-submit na listing, ma'am, is si LGU, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So there is no duplication made. Kay, siyempre si LGU na ilang i-identify, gi-submit sa inyo ha. Then from their own sad nga kining part, napod sila gi-identify po, di ba? More or less, inana.
Sa gi-identify nila sa ato, 7,150, possible na, as I said, kung daghan sila o households or families, pwede another set po ang ila for sa ilang LGU nga gi-download. But kung naay munisipyo nga gamay ra gid sila nga families, possible gid siya nga kaning at mauna man lang ato, matagaan nato, and then by the time nga mo ready na pud sila, I've heard nga October pa sila. So matagaan, possible ma-repeat for only few LGUs, but it doesn't kanang violate sa ruling kasi pwede naman nga ang isa ka families, in fact, kato akong gi-mention earlier nga trans unta to.
Correct.
Oo, matrans unta sila, di ba? Every 2 months unta na ayuda maabot adto nga certain family.
Pero so far, ma'am, karon nga time wala pa LGU karon nga nag-roll out sa ilang distribution gikan ini sa national.
Sa for national
Kini, yeah.
Kung
Wala
sa
pa.
ilang budget lang sa LGU, murag wala pa gid sila ka final na problema sila sa procurement.
Okay. So kita gid ang mas mauna.
Medyo sa akong pagtawag.
Okay,
And
kung-
then by Thursday, ma-finalize na mo na honorable since we have a meeting with the local government units.
Kaya ang mahimo magong kining mura siya og kining medyo maguba bitaw ang ato ang kining program regarding the matter kung magsabay ang distribution.
Dili pwede sabay.
Gani kay kung sila'y makauna, syempre ato mosunod man gyud. Oh. Di nakitong magong dili makadawat, kapin pa katong nakadawat katawa to. Pero katong wala pa kadawat magmahay-mahay. Unya ang Marites man gud mo'y una gyud. I know from the very start.
I got your idea, Your Honor. Those areas siguro nga more than ang families, siguro matugingon ni Gov nga possible isabay gid unta. Example, kung natay 15,000 ani nga qualified, why not ipagsabay ang mga pag-release sa LGU and of course sa province para tanan ma-accommodate. So amo nang itanaw ang imong ideya. Thank you so much, Honorable. I got your point nga kung daghan ang beneficiaries, why not idungan na to sa LGU para walay duplication of beneficiaries.
Yeah. So I think inyo na ning gistudyuhan daan because of the past experience nga atuang naagian, di ba? Kaniadto.
Basta
at
bugas
least atong
ayuda.
atong improve. Then lastly, Honorable Presiding Officer, ato yung we have to see to it na kini bitong 10 kilos is 10 kilos really. Because ang first rollout mangod in Manila, they distributed the same, so na ba may picture is inyong packaging, gibutang ganito 10 kilos. And then naiuban nga gitimbang nila 8 kilos ra gyud ang niabot. Then it was a national nga kining issue. So that's why we have to see to it. Kay kabalo biya kadaghan biya pamaagi ron. Kay tungod kaning ilabi na gyud sa karon sa panahon ng krisis, mugawas ang ato mga issues regarding sa kining pag-roll out nato sa distribution. So kini lang ako ang concern nga ato i-monitor lang kung sakto ba gyud sa timbang.
Noted, Your Honor.
Sige. Thank you. That would be all to this representation, Honorable Presiding Officer. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ma'am Helen.
Okay,
Engineer
welcome.
Maguban, thank you.
Sa kadaghan na nga sako, isa ra ka kusi ni mo ana, sa kadaghan makabangkag mga duha ka sako ana ba? Sa kadaghan na nga bag. Yes, Honorable Balansag, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ito lang pong Ma'am Eileen.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, nag-mention man ko kaganina nga appeal ang barangay nga mag-identify sa atong mga poor, near poor o poor, unsa pa na nga mga klase sa poor. So mo gina ang pinakalisod para sa barangay. Na problemahan naman gani may aning programa karon sa atong halangdong presidente kaning iyang socio-civic project pan nga maghatag og tag 20,000 sa kada barangay nga gitawag niya og presidential scholars. Na problemahan na miya ni unsano pag-identify kay lima raman mahimo mo ginamong kontra labi na kay duor ng eleksyon. So dugangan na ni karon. So mo ni usa sa mga problema gyud sa mga dako-dako nga barangay. Okay lang o mga gagmayng barangay kay sa gikaingon na nimo ma-accommodate gyud siya. So in the case of sa amo poblasyon murag halos mo gina mo claim nga pobre biya ko. Napauban mas pobre pa ko. So imo man tong nisgutan nga na i-template. So are we kami lugar sa barangay joint mi sa inyo pag
Yes, oo. We work together with coordination sa atong municipal mayor's office and the municipal social welfare office and of course the barangay. We work as a team in identification.
Sa barangay kay kapila naman gud kapila naman taga-sulay nga basta ayuda na gani sa sigutan tanan gina gusto tanan mo makadawat.
Yes,
so
Your Honor.
hopefully nga medyo may matapinan ang barangay ani kaya mura bitaw ang barangay untani murag mahimo lang witness unya sa kaning policy nga gihimo nga gi-implement gikan sa ato provincial social welfare office as well as dito sa municipal social welfare office. Kaya kung ma-identify yun nga usa si barangay nga nag-identify ani kontrahan gid si barangay captain. So may lang tungay mga kontra unya katong naay mga kontra kay pila ra gud na sigurado man ko nga ang di gid makadawat ani ang 50% ana bisan pag loyalist ni kapitan di na gito mubutar. Kay kani doon naman kayo, di naman ni ma-recover kay November namang eleksyon na niata din so posible ang distribution ini before sa election ban.
September, we are targeting September.
Oh, September,
First week,
o di-
second week maximum.
So
Province.
hinoon ang election ban kay October pa man, October 20, 21. So di na gid masagang sa kapitan tungod kay ang kasakit o niya ba kasubo. So hopefully ma'am nga mula ni akong hangyo nga gikan sa imong opisina hangyoon pasad namo niya ang Municipal Social Welfare Office nga dili gid kayo mo front line ang barangay tungod kay kani karon election man. So kung kami ang mga frontliner una sa pag-identify, ang di matagaan siguro gyud nga masuko gina sa amuha.
Thank you for that concern, Your Honor. I would
Okay,
like to take note on that, and then rest assured, we will try to help and to hopefully walay mga adverse nga mga reactions sa atong pas. We are working together and in coordination sa atong mayor's office, the local social welfare, and of course the barangay.
Okay.
And we will have a meeting on Thursday, as I said,
Ako lang i-share kaning
polish these
socio-civic
issues.
project fund. 5 ra ka buok sa poblasyon lugar. Mingo ka mga 200 ng mga kuan dia 200 na kabuk ang angayan tagaan nga tagaan untaan ning niya 5 ra. So naa na midaan mga 195 nga problema. Dugangan pa niya ani nga pila di kabuk. So dako gini nga problema sa gubangon sa mga barangay captain. So daghang salamat ma'am sa consideration.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Your Honor, but still your name, punong barangay, nandun sa template
Kanos agad
with
ito,
the signature of local social welfare, the focal person, and the local chief
Karon
executive.
sa ani mahitabo ma'am karong inyong kuan.
September, first
Dili ka
week.
na inyong kuaning-
Ang meeting,
Oh,
this coming Thursday.
definitely wala ko na ma'am.
Ang meeting with the focal person sa the mayor's office, the local social welfare, and the PGB.
Okay, thank you ma'am.
Okay.
So lang ha.
Any other questions?
Papalaw question, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Yes.
Gamay lang
Okay,
nga point.
if there are no other, then Attorney Monsanto, and then
Okay.
I will ask after Attorney Monsanto.
Katong concern ni board member Pagmada ba, no? Because it has been an incident, I would say, o incident baka o tinuyuan baka ato sa Metro Manila nga 10 kilos pero pag actual og timbang is 8 lang. Unsay atong mga safeguard ana to check kay sa kadaghan ana ba? No, pila ka packs?
254,000.
254,000 packs. We're talking about packs.
285. Oh, 254.
How are we going to check on that for safeguard?
Kana for the actual sa PGSO ginaang safeguard sana Mr. Chair, but because of the volume mapareho gina siya sa murag sa NFA na random lang nga ato ang checking kay di man to ma-check na tanan ang 254,000. Yeah, dili. So random siguro ang kuan ana ra gyud ang ato ang
Mayon tag local ra gyud ta. Nakadaw asa na taga di na usa na soda trade
Iligan.
May no from the back na nadtuan ninyo ng soda.
Yeah, post qualify gid sila dito Mr. Chair.
How
Tuan gyud.
unsa din na siya kadako nga siya ra may kaya nga nag-supply ana?
Murag importer man pud guni siya, no?
Ha?
Murag importer pud siya sa commodity Mr. Chair. Muna nga
Importer siya
sa commodity.
sa kana.
Yeah. Kay dinhi even if ato siyang gi-publish sa PhilJeps for bidding, ang SLCC anang naa is around if that's 200 nas mga 25 million nga bugas lang, no? So walay mo pasar.
Lagi ba? Kay
Dako mo kaysa one time magud ang pag-purchase, although ang iyahang delivery is staggered, pero ang iyahang pag-purchase one time, that is why ang iya pong single largest completed contract dako pud kaysa 25% of total.
so dili na to pwede nga bahin-bahinon.
Mas split man pud ta, Mr. Chair.
Nganong ato malaging gihimos kape
Sa kape,
sa seeds.
sa
Ato matong gibuak-buak lagi.
dili buak-buak actually ang sa seeds, no?
Gigibahin man nato to kay di man makasupply ang isa. Diba? Millions pa po to atong gibahin.
If I may, sir,
Yeah.
yung ang sa coffee, sir, gibaylat na to siya kay according man to siya sa location,
Sa location,
Oh, lagi.
picture.
Yes,
same
yes
here.
po.
Oh,
Pero
can we not do that here kay na may LGU? Ato mga distribute sa LGU. Kay yung nanay magod siya, it deprived the local suppliers, no? Gawas lang po siguro og mag-platinum gyud ta kay pipila ra gyud makakuha na ana. So we're not helping the economy. Na, we're not helping the economy. Imagine no? 177 million kana. Tuan na to gihatag dito dili taga Bukidnon. We're not helping the local producers. No? Kay we did that. Gi-justify man nato na atong panahon na sa kuhan.
Yeah. Sige.
Sa seeds. Gi-justify man nato na by lots.
By lot.
By
Okay.
area, by district ganito.
actually, sir, we already take that as one of the consideration unta sa pag-procure. But then, sir, kung ato ang manggod siyang ibaylat as to by district, pwede ra manggod siya maapilan gihapon sa isa ka supplier kay dili manggod siya exclusive ana lang nga supplier. O, di man ta maka-issue og exclusive distributorship kay tanan man pwede makasupply og bugas.
Yeah, yes, definitely. O, para ba din sa ato, mahimugod nga lahi-lahi nga supplier. Kay malimited man niya ang number, mugamay man ang number kung natong ibahin-bahin. Di ba? Dili na ta mag-exclusive supplier. We did that ba ya? We justify ba ya ingon ana? Na,
The coffee seedlings, if I may add, no? Sorry, Honorable Consanto, the coffee seedlings purchase was a very good example.
yeah. Yes,
That
we
it was
did
not
that.
only limited to one
Oh.
supplier.
Kay gi-justify gyud nato natungod sa kadako.
Ang actually ang area adto ang justification nga dako adto board being na para nga ang nursery niya mas duol sa iyahang area for where
Lagi,
it will be
lagi.
planted.
Pero
to
the same principle.
I think so.
The same principle.
Except that we've already done the procurement, and this was in one bulk procurement because sa Primero ga lisod gid mi og pangita sa Primero gusto mi mo benchmark sa other provinces kung giunsa nila ang procurement, and murag sa lanaw ata nagakuan.
Kay ang first magyud ani sir kay dapat through sagip-saka
Yeah,
siya nga
sagip-saka
guidelines.
ganun ta.
So nagkuan mi og mga co-op nga kompleto og papel kay through public bidding manggod gihapon siya ang guidelines ni sagip-saka. Pero walay mga co-op nga makakaya kay wala sila sakto nga documents, wala pud sila SLCC. So moto nga na ngayo tawag certification from Pagro na walay specific or wala gyud supplier or co-op nga makakaya sa ato ang ga-procure mo nang gilat na pud nato.
Are you sure of that?
Yes, sir. We have here the certification.
Certification sa pagro, pila ra ka buok ko yang gisuroy.
Tanan ang ilahang gikuan, sir.
Yes, kung magisgot tag tanan pila.
Wala ra ba?
Wala na butang no.
Wala ra ba niya na?
Kay pagro ra ga certify. Ha? Pagro ang ga certify. Wa ka tay documents makita na if indeed na bagay waiver gikan sa mga co-op. No? Unya ang ato pag yung term nga gigamit dito pag dolo to sa co-op is exclusive. Walay co-op mo qualify ano eh. Bisan gani atong supplier gani karon nga kanang soda di man nila ma-deliver one time na, di ba? Di nila ma-deliver one time. Yes, are you listening?
Yeah.
Di gani nila ma-deliver one time, di ba? Oh yes. Tiyo. Dili malagyapon ma-deliver as we wanted to. We use the word exclusive. Di gani ma-deliver. Gagahuna-una kung sa kadako na siya. Ha? Imagine 200,000 ka packs. No? Mura lang, ingunana lang gamay. And then makurat sa taninyo kay urgent. Kana bang aya pa ihatag ba? Pakuan na ni kay mao na. No, more I don't understand unsay mga rationale ninyo ana. Pasangin lang na news governor, ay abot sa governor. March pa man kani na download.
April po.
O April. Unya August ingnon lang yung sanggunian nga urgent na. Kay gi-require na sa DILG. Nata karon nakakita nga mga bikil murag piyungan ta lang. It has been, dili lang kini kay kaisa ra ba? Ba? I don't know, og how are you seeing the Sangguniang? Ba? I don't know, how are you seeing the Sangguniang? Kaya kung ma-justify sa Sangguniang, bulusot man na Sangguniang, na yung mga problema na, gi-approve ito sa Sangguniang. Ba? Now this time we see some mga daghang mga bikil gyud definitely. And then inyo pang ipa-urgent. Inyo pang ipa-urgent. Although we murag na-mention naman to kanina kuno nga murag urgent lagi daw. Pero with this kind of I do not know. That would be all, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, Honorable Bobby J.
Okay, thank you again, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ma'am, I agree with the good gentleman from the 2nd District, Attorney Monsanto, that we are not helping our economy here in Bukidnon. Kaya dito ta magkuha sa ilang naman tayo mga supplier, although whatever reasons, pwede man na siya makakuha diri balag sakto to bahin-bahinon lang, dili makaya sa supplier. And nakita nimo it is beyond the market value ang iyang presyo. Kay kasagaran 50, 60 mo na ang presyo sa bugas. Na 70 pesos per kilo. So basig ang ilang rason na tungod kay i-deliver pa kay layo. So dili ta mo kuha sa atong probinsya para wala na rason na naapay gastos sa mga delivery. So, inana lang, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bobby J. Dinlayan. Anyone else? Okay, from the chair, my turn. I don't know if the queries regarding my line of questioning has already been answered earlier, but I would like to ask again the focal person from the PSWD. So you are, ma'am, right? You are the focal person for this specific project, or is it Ma'am Ellen?
Actually, I'm not, no mention of designation nga ako ang focal. It's only verbal. Nga, as PSWDO, what is instructed to me, I go with the instructions of the Provincial Governor's Office.
Totally understand, ma'am. So, it was mentioned, you mentioned earlier, ma'am, na 7,000 per municipality.
7,150 equivalent sa ilang 5 million nga downloaded.
Equivalent sa ilang 5 million nga downloaded. No.
Ang number of sacks, yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, they were already given prior, right? Before PANI, they were already given. Downloadan na sila sa una.
Ang atong mga LGUs.
Mga LGUs.
Yeah, nana sila yung
Municipalities
mga,
and cities.
we are aware nga nag-una pod sila. Murag manner, the same sa atong pagka-download sa ato.
Okay. Is the manner of distribution a directive from the national government, or gitagaan o leeway ang LGU to identify the beneficiaries? Ang nabay direkta, nabay directive from the national government nga dapat 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000?
No definite number.
So walay definite number.
Only the amount.
Yeah. Kasi siguro sa katong sa mga LGUs, for sure the mayor adopted, no, ang ilang sistema nila is prorated, no, as the number of identified poor sa anang barangay, no. Maybe ang atong distribution should also be done in the same way, that it should be prorated according to the number of poor and
Non-poor.
funny term, near poor, no, nga dili necessary nga ato ang ikuan, because I don't know kung nada ba yung mga CBMS ang tanan ng mga munisipyo, but then or if they have their own way of identifying pila ang kuan, di ba, i-prorate kay siguro basin na yung munisipyo nga gamay ra siya pero daghan kay siya og poor, pero ay munisipyo nga gamay ra siya pero dili siya pras kadaghan og mga pobre sa uban nga mga munisipyo, di ba?
Yeah, I get the
So
point.
we do not have to be politically correct in our decision, no, nga para everybody happy. No, our decision should be based on evidence. Di ba? So this is just a suggestion, ma'am.
Yes,
No?
thank you. I will
Di ba?
take note
Oo
of
nga,
it.
perhaps we can review, no, our method of distribution. So, and second is, who determines the price per kilo? Was it the national government or we were also given leeway as to the price per kilo? Atong gikuan.
Nag-market scoping mi po.
Nag-market scoping.
Yes po.
Okay, now, it was mentioned by Honorable Dinlayan, no? So, he opened it earlier na ang atong current market price nato is 50 pesos.
Yeah.
So, in other words, this is 40% higher than the current market value of price per kilo. So, maybe we should also look into that, no, nga ato ang ikuan. Kaya basinog at least marag madugangan lang og 10, di ba, kung instead ng 40%, basinog maka-margin lang atong kuan, katong si soda. Sin pwede nga 20% lang iyang margin niya, then at least maka-add tag another 40,000, 46,000 bags of packs of rice, di ba? Kay yeah, as mentioned by the Honorable Monsanto and also raised by Honorable Dinlayan and I believe also Honorable Palmada, na medyo taas ra ang ilang quotation nila, no? So nga 70 pesos per kilo because ingon nila their reason is unsa to nga mag-repack pa sila and then ay kuan, but then again usa ka 10 kilos nga silupin nga kuan will not cost you maybe more than 5 pesos, nare siguro sa mga 2 pesos maximum per bag, no? The printing, another 25 centavos siguro. So it doesn't cost that much, no? Pero basin og anyway, this is a subject for your review kay basin og badugangan pa din nato og another 20,000 packs, no? Amay na lang na daghan malipay nga mga pobre, di ba? Madugangan sila. And I would like to ask also, what is the variety of this rice? Ordinary, Bigante, Seven Tanner, R16, ha? R36, unsa man?
Sweet rice.
Ha?
Sweet rice po.
Sweet rice. Okay, so sweet rice siya. Mayo. Is this imported? Because they mentioned earlier nga soda is an importer.
Yes po.
So, it worsens the sentiments, no? O gatong gipagawas ganina sa kuan nga this is an imported rice. So, imbis unta nga imagine 277 million circulating among the poor farmers of Bukidnon and then they've been deprived of that opportunity. So, what is that nga rice, ma'am? Kaya murag karon pa ko kadungogan ng sweet rice.
Based sa quotation nga gihatag ni Soda Trading during the bid opening po, sir, ang iyahang gibutang is local man siya. So, wala po siya gi-specify good sa iyahang bid number.
Yeah, but the fact that they are an importer
Yes.
already sends no red
Yes
flags.
po. Yes po.
No, possibly this rice was not sourced locally. More so sa dili pa gid diri sa Bukidnon, no? So anyway, so I hope you will look into that. So again, ma'am, na maybe ma-check na to one atong distribution, no, identification. Second is perhaps review the price nga kung pwede pa, no, makahangyo ta nga madugangan nila, no. Ang katong soda nga kumay mo, no, bagamyan nila gamay ang ilahang kuan kay kini para manis mga pobre, no, ang ilang presyo nila basin og maka-add po sila og pila paka-packs. And then the rest, no, I'm sure you're already taking notes. So that will be all from me. Any other member would like to add? Okay, majority floor?
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Add-on lang ko sa atong istorya ni BM Attorney Monsanto. Na-recall na ako gamay kay murag sakto to yun yung board member Monsanto. Kapila na mo kuning kayon nga amo lang i-remind nga dili bitaw murag himo ang stamping pad ang SP. Kada bitaw tagaan na lang tag request diri nga for approval then di ta kabalibad kay mo ingon ni Gob. Mura man og kaning kumbaga makabikil gid madugay. Kay unsa may kadugayan og ipan-defer na to ni kamo mo problema ani. Diba? Kay kasabot ko sa gikuan ni ato ni Monsanto, magnasi ato board member Garcia sure ko yaw-yaw pud ron na pil. Kay labaw pud to daghan pud siya mga sentiments nga same ani. So kasabot man ta nga kinahanglan pud gini sa tuwang katawhan. So di man nato ni angel-angel lang ngayon pud pero unta sige mention ni Attorney Monsanto April pa din so basin si layo pa lang na inform pud kumbaga nalihok na di bitaw ingani nga one day na lang win gihapon or ganina ana ba kanang ingana bitaw kad kakuan nga urgent na dayon mura bitaw kami ang maipit ug amo i-defer kami ang dautan mura ingana bitaw so walay ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan ga function as collegial body to murag check and balance kumbaga sa atong provincial government sama sa ingani na mga issues makitaan at least makita pa sa sanggunian mapangita ang remedy o sa manggaling ang kinahanglan mastoryahan pa diri sa sanggunian but wala na may chance buhato na kay urgent naman siya so ato lang Mr. Presiding Officer a reminder lang nga pohon pag naay may ani nga klase nga medyo sensitive nga mga dagko ra mga amount nga for request for authority or approval unta sayo pod maagi sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan di lang bitaw it's urgent so wala tay time mo mo scrutinize sa kaning item then maturag stamping pad kumbaga ang labas sa Sangguniang
Or better yet, yeah, I totally agree with you, majority floor. Or better yet, if there are programs that require authorization from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, that before any move is done by any department, nga ma-inform po ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan para sa pag-deliberate palang daan, naka-participate ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Diba? Delete na lang nga. Pag-abot na lang sa panahon nga aprobahan na, gisertify as urgent, aya na din magkarap-karap ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan kung asa sa mangitag data, no? Kung asa yung sa gibasihan, ana. Diba? Okay. I'm sure you understand. No? Because we are the approving body, ba? If anything goes wrong,
damay.
no, the Sangguniang Bayan at Sangguniang Panlalawigan members, usually the presiding officer is absolved. Unless I vote to break a tie.
Wala man ni vote
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. So, majority floor, final statements?
If there are no more other questions or queries from the members of the Sangguniang, Mr. Presiding Officer, before we dismiss or excuse our guest, move for a 5-minute or 2-minute recess, Mr. Chair.
Okay. 2 minutes recess.
Move for the resumption of our session, Mr. Chair.
Session is resumed.
Moving further for the resumption of our internal House rules, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Any second? Motion is approved.
Proceeding to item number 6 to 15. Mr. Presiding Officer, this will be reported by this representation. Item number 6 is a committee report of the Committee on Civil Service. Committee report number 2026-C-105 or 28 SP, to which is referred Executive Order number 051, Series of 2026, dated July 23, 2026, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Baungon, Bukidnon, entitled An Order Adopting a Compressed Work Week or CWW scheme in the Municipal Government of Baungon, Bukidnon, pursuant to Civil Service Commission policies on flexible work arrangements. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee found that this executive order is valid. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Executive Order number 051, Series of 2026, from the Office of the Municipal Mayor of Baungon, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the local chief executive concerned to issue. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
For items number 7 to 11, Mr. Presiding Officer, this is subject for an omnibus motion. Item number 7 is a committee report on the Committee on Civil Service, Committee Report number 2026-C-106, to which is referred Ordinance number 75-2026, Series of 2026, approved on July 27, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Adopting the Revised Organizational Structure and Staffing Pattern of the Local Government Unit of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon. Item number 8 is Ordinance number 76-2026, Series of 2026, approved on July 27, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Plantilla Position of the Municipal Government Department Head 1, Municipal Peso Manager with Salary Grade 24 under the Local Government Unit of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon. And item number 9 is a Municipal General Ordinance number 2026-581, 12 SB, 55th Regular Session, approved on July 27, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kalilangan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Office of the Municipal Agricultural and Biosystems Engineer or OMABE in the Local Government Unit of Kalilangan, Bukidnon. Item number 10 is Ordinance number 2026-2371, 26th Regular Session, approved on July 20, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Local Economic Development and Investment Promotions Officer or LIDIPO, its organizational structure and staffing pattern, creation of positions, and for other purposes. And item number 11 is Ordinance number 2026-18, approved on July 21, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Maramag, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Amending Ordinance number 2022-062, otherwise known as the Organizational Structure and Staffing Pattern of the Local Government Unit of Maramag, specifically the Office of the Municipal Administrator, by creating the position of Municipal Government Assistant Department Head 1, Salary Grade 22, abolishing the position of Licensing Officer 4, Salary Grade 22, Division Head of the Business Permit and Licensing Division, transferring and designating the existing position of Licensing Officer 3, Salary Grade 18, from the Assessment and Inspection Section to serve as head of the Business Permit and Licensing Division, and renaming the Administrative Support Section as the Administrative Support Services Section. Mr. Presiding Officer, an omnibus motion for the approval of items, for these items, item number 7 to 11. So moving, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
For items number 12 to 14, Mr. Presiding Officer, another subject for an omnibus motion. Still from the committee report on Committees on Civil Service. Item number 12 is Municipal General Ordinance number 2026-577, 12 Sangguniang Bayan 54th Regular Session, approved on July 24, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kalilangan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Amending the Organizational Structure and Staffing Pattern of the Local Government Unit of Kalilangan, Bukidnon, MGO 2025-523, integrating streamlined positions and specific divisions and sections into the organizational chart and staffing pattern of the Local Government Unit of Kalilangan, Bukidnon. Item number 13 is Ordinance number 3004, Series of 2026, 16th Sangguniang Bayan, approved on June 23, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Transferring Certain Positions under the Municipal Information Office to the Office of the Municipal Administrator of the Local Government Unit of Lantapan, Province of Bukidnon. And item number 14 is Ordinance number 305, Series of 2026, approved on June 23, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Abolishing the Office of the Municipal Information Officer and certain positions under the Municipal Information Office of the Local Government Unit of Lantapan, Province of Bukidnon. Moving for an omnibus motion for these three items, Mr. Presiding Officer, to be referred back to their origins for the compliance of the stated findings. So moving, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Item number 15 is a committee report on Committee on Health, to which is referred ordinance number 67-2026, Series of 2026, approved on July 24, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing a Municipal Psychosocial Support Program in the Municipality of Cabanglasan, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee recognizes that the ordinance is anchored on RA 11036, or also known as the Mental Health Act of 2017, which mandates the state to commit itself in promoting the well-being of people by ensuring that mental health is valued, promoted, and protected. Mental health conditions are treated and prevented. Timely, affordable, high-quality, and culturally appropriate mental health care is made available to the public. Mental health services are free from coercion and accountable to the service users. And persons affected by mental health conditions are able to exercise the full range of human rights and participate fully in society and at work, free from stigmatization and discrimination. Further, Section 16 of RA 7160, also known as the Local Government Code of 1991, empowers local government units to protect health and promote community welfare through preventive and responsive programs. Mr. Presiding Officer, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance number 67-2026, Series of 2026, approved on July 24, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Proceeding to items number 16 to 23, Mr. Presiding Officer, this will be reported by our very handsome and former Majority Floor Leader, Board Member Jose Palmada.
Handsome is an understatement. The dashing former Majority Floor Leader is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Honorable Presiding Officer. Thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader. As requested by the Chairman of the Committee on Engineering and also in the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights, from items number 16 to 23, Honorable Presiding Officer. For item number 16, this is a joint committee report, Engineering and Public Works, to which was referred a letter dated May 25, 2026, with attachment to Provincial Governor Rogelio Nel Peroque, requesting this August body for the issuance of a resolution of the post-harvest facilities through the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund Mechanization Competent Drying System. This is a warehouse 2 at the Bukidnon Provincial Grain Center in Barangay Sinabuagan, Valencia City. Have considered the same, hereby submits the findings, comments, and recommendation to the committee. The request concerns the establishment of a drying system 2 warehouse at the Bukidnon Provincial Grain Center as part of the province effort to strengthen its post-harvest facilities. For Palay, the Provincial Agriculture and Biosystem Engineering Office has sought PELMEC assistance under the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund, the mechanization component, for which an appropriate resolution of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan is required as part of the documentary requirements. The proposed assistance falls within the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund established under the Republic Act 11203 or the Rice Tarification Law. Under the law, a portion of the Rice Fund is allocated for the rice farm machinery and equipment and implemented by PELMEC. including the post-production and post-harvest equipment, such as dryers, related facilities. Further, the authority of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to adopt the requested resolution likewise funded on Section 468, Paragraph A of Republic Act 7160, or the Local Government Code of 1991, which expressly empowers the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to approve resolutions and undertake measures necessary for the general welfare of the province and its inhabitants, including measures relating to the provincial development and agro-industrial development. The committee finds that the facility falls squarely within the public purpose contemplated under the RCBF mechanization component. A drying and storage facility is directly related to post-harvest management and is intended to improve the province's capacity to handle palay after harvest. The province request to PELMEC is therefore not merely an application for equipment or infrastructure assistance, but forms part of a broader effort to strengthen agricultural support facilities for rice production within the province. Hence, the establishment of facility at the Bukidnon Provincial Grain Center in Barangay Sinabuagan, Valencia City also provides an identifiable provincial site for the intended intervention. The proposal is consistent with the province's express objective of developing the post-harvest infrastructure and improving its drying and storage capabilities for palay. The committee, after careful deliberation, hereby recommend for the approval and adoption of the request of the Provincial Governor, Rogelio Nel Peroque, for the issuance of a resolution for the post-harvest facility through the Rice Competitiveness and Enhancement Fund Mechanization Competent Drying System Warehouse 2 at the Bukidnon Provincial Grain Center in Barangay Sinabuagan, Valencia City. So recommended for the adoption and approval of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Proceeding to item number 17, this is committee report on the Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights. Committee report number L-367, to which was referred a letter dated March 3, 2026 of the Provincial Governor, Rogelio Nel Peroque, requesting this August body for authority for and in behalf of the Provincial Government of Bukidnon to sign the right of way certification relative to the proposed construction road along junction the SH Impasugong Patulangan Bypass Road and Kawayan Kimington Road with 5+270 of Barangay Kawayan Impasugong Bukidnon. Have considered the same, hereby submit the findings, comments, and recommendations to the committee. The committee reviewed the request of the Provincial Governor for an authority to sign for in behalf of the Provincial Government the road right-of-way certification of the proposed road project in Barangay Kawayan, Impasugong, Bukidnon. The Provincial Government certifies that the required road right-of-way has been secured and is free from known obstructions, encroachment, and claims in compliance with the Department of Public Works and Highways requirements. The request is anchored under Section 465 of the Republic Act 7160, which requires authority from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for the provincial governor to sign in behalf of the province the contracts, obligations, and other documents which such authority is required. The right-of-way requirement is likewise grounded on Republic Act 11752 on the Right-of-Way Act, which governs the acquisition of the right-of-way for the national government infrastructure projects and emphasized the need to secure the required road right-of-way before the project implementation. The committee finds that the request is order securing the road right-of-way is a prerequisite to the lawful and the unobstructed implementation of the road project, as it ensures that the project area is legally available and free from the conflicting claims or encumbrances. The submitted certification confirms compliance with the requirement and provide for the provincial government responsibility over the subsequent road right-of-way related claim. Hence, the request of authority is necessary to satisfy the project's documentary requirements and facilitate its implementation. Recommendation of the committee, after careful review, hereby recommends for adoption and approval of the request of the provincial governor Rogelio Nel Peroque for an authority for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon to sign the right-of-way certification relative to the proposed construction road along the Impasugong, Patulangan, Bypass Road, Kawayan, Kibington Road, in Barangay Kawayan, Impasugong, Bukidnon. So recommended for adoption or approval of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There are none. Motion is approved.
For item number 18, Honorable Presiding Officer, this is Joint Committee Report to Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights. The Committee Report number 2026-L-368, to which was referred Ordinance number 2026-22 of the 17th SB during the 49th regular session, approved on June 25, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Kadingilan, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Regulating the Use of Road Barricades in front of all the schools in the Municipality of Kadingilan, Bukidnon. Have quoted the same, hereby submit the findings, comments, and recommendation of the committee. The ordinance regulates the installation of the use of road barricades in front of the schools by prescribing uniform standards of their placement, dimensions, visibility, operational hours to promote the road safety while ensuring the orderly flow of traffic. These measures is anchored in Section 16 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code, which empowers local government units to enact measures promoting the public safety and general welfare. It is likewise consistent with the DepEd Regional Memorandum Number 047, Series of 2024, prescribing the guidelines of the use of road barricades near school zones. The committee finds that the ordinance is a valid exercise of the municipality police power by regulating rather than prohibiting the use of road barricades. It is reasonably balances the pedestrian safety and traffic management. The measure consistent with the existing laws and administrative issuance and is within the legislative authority of the Sangguniang Bayan. Recommendation of the committee, after careful review, hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 2026-22 of the 17th SB during the 49th regular session approved on June 25, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan Kadingilan, Bukidnon for being proper, in order, and within the scope of the Sanggunian to enact. So recommended for the approval and adoption of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Honorable Presiding Officer, from items number 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, for these 5 items, an omnibus motion, item number 19, this is committee report on number 2026-L-369 of the 20th SP of the Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights, to which was referred ordinance number 071-2026 of the 16th SB enacted on May 19, 2026 of Sangguniang Bayan of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Temporarily Closing the Fortich Avenue and Burgos Street on June 11, 2026 from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the priesthood ordination of Reverend Acerito Dondon Paraiso. For item number 20, committee report number 2026-L-370 of the 20th SP of the Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights, to which was referred ordinance number 2026-13, approved on June 16, 2026 of Sangguniang Bayan of Maramag, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Requiring Designated Non-Financial Businesses and Professions to register with the Anti-Money Laundering Council prior to the commencement of the business operation in the municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon, and providing penalties for the non-compliance. And for item number 21, this is a committee report on number 2026-L-371 in the Committee on Laws, Justice, Human Rights, to which was referred ordinance number 2026-16, approved on July 2, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Maramag, Bukidnon, entitled Ordinance Prescribing Guidelines for Issuance of Resolution Interposing No Objection in the Municipality of Maramag, Bukidnon, and imposing penalties for violation thereof. For item number 22, this is committee report number 2026-L-372, to which was referred an ordinance number 2026-17, approved on July 2, 2026 of Sangguniang Bayan of Maramag, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Prohibiting the Act of Going Half Naked in the public places within the municipality of Paramag, Bukidnon. Kining half naked, pwede ka na ay sinina pero walay ubos. Half naked, di ba? Pwede po nga na kay ubos pero walay sa taas.
I cannot imagine. I refuse to imagine your description.
Honorable Presiding Officer, proceeding to item number 23. This is a committee report number 2026-L-373, to which was referred ordinance number 147-2026 of the 16th Sangguniang Bayan of during the 35 regular session, approved June 5, 2026 of Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, entitled an ordinance institutionalizing the municipal solo parents welfare program from the municipality of San Fernando, Bukidnon, providing the local implementation mechanism, programs, services, support, and appropriation consistent with Republic Act 8972 as amended by Republic Act number 11861 and for other purposes. For the findings of these 5 ordinances, Honorable Presiding Officer, contain a penal provision, the mandatory publication requirement under Section 59, Paragraph C, and 511, Paragraph A of Republic Act number 7160 must be complied with before the ordinance may valid take effect and its penal provision be enforced. Mere posting under the general rule of Section 59 does not dispense with the additional publication requirement applicable to ordinances carrying the penal sanctions. In the absence of the required publication, the penal provision cannot be validly enforced against the public. So recommendation of the committee of these 5 items, after careful review, hereby recommends that the following ordinances from items number 19 to 23, Honorable Presiding Officer, be referred back to its origin for the compliance of the aforementioned findings. So recommended for the approval and adoption of this committee report, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Thank you very much, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Thank you,
Proceeding-
Honorable Palmada. Majority
Proceeding to
Floor.
items number 24 to 32, Mr. Presiding Officer, may we now recognize our board member from the 2nd District, Board Member Attorney Hollis Monsanto.
The Honorable Monsanto is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. This is a committee report on the Committee on Appropriations on the following resolutions and ordinances. First is Resolution number 118-2026 of the 60th SB dated May 5, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled a resolution approving and adopting the Municipal Development Council Resolution number 02-2026, which is a resolution approving and adopting the Supplemental Investment Program number 1 for calendar year 2026 in the amount of 96,76,390 pesos and 66 centavos, and approving the utilization of the unexpended Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund in the amount of 33,347,470 pesos and 84 centavos under the corresponding investment plan of the Municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. As to the findings, upon review of the resolution submitted by the Municipality of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, the Provincial Planning and Development Office found that resolution number 118-2026 of the 60th SB is consistent with the planned activities of the municipality. It was likewise found to be in order and follow the prescribed planning procedures. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of resolution number 118-2026 of the 60th SB, dated May 5, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is resolution number 2026-207 of the 60th SB, dated June 29, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, entitled a resolution adopting and approving the inclusion of fiscal year 2026 LGSF -ISBDP and LGSF-FALGO projects in Barangay Baclayon, Lantapan, Bukidnon, with a total amount of 20 million under the Municipal Supplemental Investment Program number 2, calendar year 2026. As to the findings, upon review of the resolution submitted by the Municipality of Lantapan, Bukidnon, the Provincial Planning and Development Office found that resolution number 2026-207 of the 60th SB is consistent with the planned activities of the municipality. It was likewise found to be in order and follow the prescribed planning procedures. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of resolution number 2026-207, 60th SB, dated June 29, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is resolution number 2026-569 of the 24th regular session, dated June 18, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon, entitled a resolution ratifying the amendments of Supplemental Annual Investment Plan Number 4 for calendar year 2025 of the Municipality of Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon, approved through resolution number 2025-442B. Upon review of the resolution submitted by the Municipality of Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon, the Provincial Planning and Development Office found that resolution number 2026-569 of the 24th regular session is consistent with the planned activities of the municipality. It was likewise found to be in order and follow the prescribed planning procedures. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of resolution number 2026-569 of the 24th regular session, dated June 18, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortis, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is ordinance number 26-40, approved on July 30, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Libuna, Bukidnon, entitled an ordinance repealing ordinance number 26-35 and granting a monthly honorarium of 7,000 pesos to the prosecutor assigned to the Municipality of Libuna, Bukidnon. As to the findings, upon review of the Local Finance Committee, recommends approval in pursuant to Section 447, Paragraph A, Subparagraph 1, and Subparagraph 11 of Republic Act Number 7160, which provides that the Sangguniang Bayan as a legislative body of the municipality shall enact ordinances, approve resolutions, and appropriate funds for the general welfare of the municipality and its inhabitants pursuant to Section 16 of this code, and in the proper exercise of the corporate powers of the municipality as provided under Section 22 of this code, and shall, when the finances of the municipal government allow, provide for additional allowances and other benefits to judges, prosecutors, public elementary and high school teachers, and other national government officials stationed in or assigned to the municipality, subject to the availability of funds and compliance with existing budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulations. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 2640, approved on July 3, 2026, with the Sangguniang Bayan of Libuna, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Bayan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is ordinance number 48-2026, approved on June 29, 2026, of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Valencia City, Bukidnon, entitled an ordinance updating the medical education subsidy program, repealing for the purpose ordinance number 99-2016, 26-2017, and 60-2023. As to the findings, upon review, the Local Finance Committee notes that the local government units are vested with the authority to enact ordinances in the exercise of the general welfare powers, provided that such measures are not inconsistent with existing laws and subject to the availability of funds and compliance with existing budgetary, accounting, and auditing rules and regulations. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 48-2026, approved on June 29, 2026, of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Valencia City, Bukidnon, for being proper, in order, and within the competence of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan concerned to pass. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is appropriation ordinance number 2026-015, series of 2026, approved on July 9, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, entitled an ordinance authorizing the municipal mayor, Honorable Ricky James D. Balansag, to augment the appropriation detailed as follows: from MMO non-office Araw ng Lantapan Celebration Program, other maintenance operating expenses in the amount of 1,400,000, non-office other maintenance and operating expenses, job order services in the amount of 56,300, for a total amount of 1,456,300 pesos. To augment appropriation for the municipal mayor's office, other maintenance and operating expenses, meals and snacks during meeting and other activities and food staff, other activities and other food staff in the amount of 41,300. Sangguniang Bayan office maintenance and operating expense, traveling expenses 400,000, municipal health office, other maintenance operating expenses in the amount of 15,000, and MSWD maintenance operating expense donations in the amount of 1 million, for the total amount of 1,456,300. Have considered the same and hereby submit the findings. Upon review, the Local Finance Committee notes that the SAOB pertains to May 31, 2026, whereas the updated SAOB as of June 30, 2026 should be submitted to support the evaluation of the proposed augmentation. Further, the attached SAOB covers only MMO, non-office, Araw na Lantapan Celebration Program, and does not include non-office other maintenance and operating expenses for job order services account, which was identified as the source of the proposed augmentation. The concerned LGU is reminded that in support of any proposed augmentation, a complete and updated SAOB covering all offices and accounts duly stamped received by the COA should be submitted rather than a SAOB limited only to the specific office or expenditure item identified as the source of the proposed augmentation. This is necessary to facilitate proper evaluation of the availability of savings and compliance with the applicable budgeting, accounting, and auditing laws, rules, and regulations. The committee, after review, hereby recommend Appropriation Ordinance Number 2026-015 Series of 2026, approved on July 9, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Lantapan, Bukidnon, be referred back to its origins for compliance with the aforementioned findings. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is Resolution Number 518-2026 of the 16th Sangguniang Bayan, 41st Regular Session dated June 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, entitled A Resolution Approving the Calendar Year 2027 Annual Investment Program and the 20% Local Development Fund of the Local Government Unit of San Fernando, Bukidnon. Upon review, it was noted that the Local Government Unit of San Fernando, unable to attach the Annual Investment Program for Calendar Year 2027, Supplemental Annual Investment, and the Local Development Investment Program, Local Development Investment Program. These documents are necessary to serve as basis for review and evaluation. In view of this, it is recommended that the LGU shall provide the Provincial Planning and Development Office with required documents to ensure compliance with the planning and documentation requirements. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend that Resolution Number 518-2026 of the 60th Sangguniang Bayan, 41st Regular Session, dated June 16, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, be referred back to its origins for compliance with the aforementioned findings and submission of the required documents. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Next is Resolution Number 519-2026 of the 16th Sangguniang Bayan, 41st Regular Session, dated June 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, entitled Resolution Approving the Supplemental Investment Program Number 2, Calendar Year 2026 of the Local Government Unit of San Fernando, Bukidnon. As to the findings, upon review, it was noted that the LGU of San Fernando, unable to attach the Supplemental Annual Investment Program. This document is necessary to serve as basis for review and evaluation. In view of this, it is recommended that the LGU shall provide the Provincial Planning and Development Office with the required documents to ensure compliance with the planning and documentation requirements. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend that Resolutions Number 519-2026 of the 16th Sangguniang Bayan, 41st Regular Session dated June 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, be referred back to its origins for compliance with the aforementioned findings and submission of the required documents. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
For the last resolution is Resolution Number 520-2026, also of the 16th Sangguniang Bayan, 41st Regular Session, dated June 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, entitled A Resolution Approving the Supplemental Local Development and Investment Program Number 1, Calendar Year 2026 to 2028 of the Local Government Unit of San Fernando, Bukidnon. Upon review, it was noted that the LGU of San Fernando, unable to attach the Annual Investment Program for Calendar Year 2027, Supplemental Annual Investment Program, and the Local Development Investment Program. These documents are necessary to serve as basis for review and evaluation. In view of this, it is recommended that the LGU shall provide the Planning and Development Office with required documents to ensure compliance with the planning and documentation requirements. Thus, the committee, after review, hereby recommend that Resolution Number 520-2026 of the 60th Sangguniang Bayan, 41st Regular Session, dated June 16, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of San Fernando, Bukidnon, be referred back to its origins for compliance with the aforementioned findings and the submission of the required documents. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Monsanto. Majority floor.
Proceeding to item number 33, Mr. Presiding Officer, may we now recognize our second district board member Marlon Brando Dinlayan.
Honorable Marlon Brando Dinlayan is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, distinguished Majority Floor Leader, Honorable Presiding Officer, my fellow esteemed board members, to all of us here. Mayong hapon sa atong tanan. I have only
Maayong hapon.
one item, Mr. Presiding Officer. Item number 33, the committee report of the Committee on Ways and Means, Trade and Industry, and for the consideration of this August body. The Committee on Ways and Means, Trade and Industry, to which was referred Ordinance number 2026, thus 26th regular session, approved on July 20, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Approving and Adopting the Price List and Schedule of Fees for the Laboratory Services of the Manolo Fortich Super Health Center, have considered the same and hereby submit its findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings: the ordinance seeks to set the price list and schedule of fees for the laboratory services of the Super Health Center in Manolo Fortich to ensure a sustainable operation by providing affordable, accessible, and quality diagnostic laboratory services to each constituents, particularly the underprivileged and marginalized sectors. Section 16 of the Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991, states that every local government unit has the powers expressly granted, those necessarily implied therefrom, as well as powers necessary, appropriate, or incidental for its efficient and effective governance, and those which are essential to the promotion of the general welfare within the respective territorial jurisdiction. Local government units shall ensure and support, among other things, health and safety. Republic Act number 11223, otherwise known as the Universal Health Care UHC Act, mandates the integration of health services into local health systems and promotes the establishment and strengthening of primary care facilities to ensure accessible, affordable, and quality health care services for all Filipinos. Income collected from laboratory services shall be used to maintain and run the facility, upgrade equipment, acquire supplies, and continuously enhance the service offered at the Super Health Center. There is a compelling need to formally adopt and authorize the collection of laboratory service fees through a duly enacted ordinance to ensure full compliance with applicable law, adherence to regulatory standards, and the observance of sound fiscal management practices. Recommendation: considering the foregoing, the committees hereby recommend for the approval of Ordinance number 2026-2376 during 26th regular session, approved on July 20, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, for being in accordance with law and within the authority of the Sangguniang concerned to enact. So recommended, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Proceeding,
That be all?
proceeding to item
Thank
number
you,
34.
Honorable Dinlayan.
Mr. Presiding Officer,
Please
this will be
proceed, sir.
reported by our board member from the 3rd District, Board Member Jose Miguel Fortich.
The Honorable Jumek Fortich is recognized. Huh? The pickleball champ, ha?
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Which
Thank you,
which
Majority
category?
Floor Leader. Committee Report Number 2026-Y-02727, 28 SP on the Committee on Agriculture and Cooperatives, to which was referred Ordinance Number 074-2026 Series of 2026, approved on March 3, 2026 of the Sangguniang Bayan of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, entitled An Ordinance Strengthening Food Security in the Municipality of Don Carlos, providing for the protection of prime agricultural lands, regulating the expansion of plantation, promoting local food production, and for other purposes. Have considered the same and hereby submit their findings, comments, and recommendations. Findings, the ordinance seeks to strengthen food security in the municipality of Don Carlos by protecting prime agricultural lands, promoting sustainable agriculture, regulating the expansion of export-oriented plantation, and encouraging local food production. The ordinance promotes support mechanism for local farmers through agricultural assistance, market linkage, climate resilient farming practices, and access to farm machineries and post-harvest facilities. It encourages crop diversification, establishment of community and school gardens, and the creation of a municipal food buffer stock to enhance food resilience during emergencies and disaster. The measure creates a municipal food security council to oversee implementation, monitoring, and enforcement of the ordinance. The ordinance likewise provides administrative sanctions for violations, appropriates funds for its implementation, and contains the standard separability, repealing, and effectivity clauses. The committee finds that the ordinance is consistent with the powers granted to local government units under Republic Act Number 7160, Local Government Code of 1991, to promote the general welfare, support agricultural development, and enact measures for environmental sustainability and food security. The committee further notes that the implementation of the ordinance shall remain to existing national laws, policies, rules, and regulations governing land classification, land conversion, environmental protection, and agrarian reform. Recommendation, the committee, after careful study, hereby recommend for the approval of ordinance number 074-2026, 16th SB, enacted on March 3, 2026, of the Sangguniang Bayan of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, for being proper and in order within the scope of the Sangguniang to enact. So recommended, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Honorable
Presiding
Fortich.
Mr. Presiding Officer, we will now move to the new business for the day. For items number 35 to 36, this will be reported by Board Member Evangelista since wala siya live. Differ? Okay. Since he is not around, Mr. Presiding Officer, I will move to defer these two items number 35 and number 36. So moving, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Items are deferred.
For item number 37, may we now recognize our board member from the 2nd District, Board Member Bobby J. Dinlayan.
The Honorable Bobby J. Dinlayan is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you again, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. I have here a resolution number 235-2026 of the 28th SP, series of 2026. A resolution urging the Provincial Governor's Office Civil Security Unit, or PGO-CSU, to strengthen security measures within the provincial capital grounds, including the prohibition of the use of gazebos as sleeping quarters, strict observance of curfew hours, and other related measures for the purposes of public safety and orderliness at the capital premises. Authored by this representation, whereas the provincial capital ground serve as the seat of government and a public space that must be kept safe, secure, clean, and conducive for the delivery of public service. Whereas reports have been received that certain areas within the capital grounds, particularly gazebos and open structures, have been utilized as sleeping quarters, and that individuals are loitering beyond office hours, which pose risk to security, sanitation, and orderliness. Whereas the observance of curfew hours and the proper regulation of the use of capital facilities are necessary to prevent untoward incidents, protect government properties, and ensure the safety of employees, clients, and general public. Whereas the Provincial Governor's Office Civil Security Unit serves as the frontline force responsible for the security and protection of the provincial capital grounds, buildings, and facilities. Whereas the CSU performs critical tasks including 24/7 roving patrols, monitoring of CCTV systems, management of ingress and ingress points, crowd control during public events, and immediate response to emergencies and untoward incidents. Whereas through regular patrols, access control, and emergency response, the CECU plays a vital role in preventing threats, deterring unlawful acts, and upholding discipline within the provincial capital. Whereas it is likewise the duty of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Bukidnon to support measures that promote peace, order, and effective management of provincial government properties pursuant to Section 16 of Republic Act 7160, otherwise known as the Local Government Code of 1991. Whereas the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Bukidnon highly recommends strengthening the security measures within the provincial capital grounds through increased deployment of security personnel, installation of CCTV cameras, and regular roving and inspection to prohibit the use of gazebos, benches, and other open structures, roving within the capital grounds as sleeping quarters, and to enforce strict observance of curfew hours within the capital grounds, and to regulate the entry and exit of individuals during non-office hours except for the authorized personnel and for legitimate government transactions. Now, therefore, on motion of this representation, duly seconded by the members present, be it resolved, as it is hereby resolved, to urge the Provincial Governor's Office Civil Security Unit to strengthen security measures within the provincial capital grounds, including the prohibition of the use of gazebos as sleeping quarters, strict observance of curfew hours, and other related measures for the purposes of public safety and orderliness of the capital premises. Resolved further that copies of this resolution be furnished to the Office of the Provincial Governor, Provincial Administrator, PGO, CECU, and General Service Office for their information and appropriate action. Resolved finally that this resolution shall take effect immediately upon approval. So moving, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none,
Thank
motion
you,
is
Mr.
approved.
Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Bobby J. Dinlayan. Majority floor.
Mr. Presiding Officer, proceeding now to items number 38 to 47. This will be reported by our board member from the 2nd District, Board Member Attorney Hollis Monsanto.
Honorable Hollis Monsanto, recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you again, Mr. Presiding Officer, Majority Floor Leader. For and in behalf of the Chairman of the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights, I will be making this report. As to item number 38, this refers to a letter dated August 10, 2026 with attachment coming from the Acting Provincial Governor, Clive D. Quino, requesting this August body for an authority for the Governor to enter into a MOA by and between the Provincial Government of Bukidnon and the Child of Love Maternity Clinic. This is a birthing home represented by its owner, Julian G. Abao, RM. The said MOA aims to establish a health referral system with the Bukidnon Provincial Medical Center. Under this agreement, the BPMC shall serve as a designated referral hospital to accept and manage maternal patients experiencing clinical complications from the clinic, subject to existing bed capacity limits for a period of 2 years, subject to the terms and conditions set out in the MOA. Acting on this request, Mr. Presiding Officer, moving to pass a resolution giving authority for the provincial governor to enter into a MOA by and between the PGB and the said Child of Love Maternity Clinic and birthing Child of Love Maternity Clinic, which is a birthing home. Subject, the said MOA shall be subject to such terms and conditions set out in the MOA. Moving for the passage of the resolution to this effect, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Before I rule, Moto Papreo, I will yield my as presiding officer to Board Member Bobby J. Since I am the one requesting this. So
Yes.
it will be
Up to item 41. No?
okay.
Moving for the passing of the resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer, granting the request of our provincial governor, granting the request for an authority for our governor to enter the MOA between the provincial government and the Child of Love Maternity Clinic, birthing home represented by Julian J. Abao. The said MOA shall be subject to such terms and conditions stated thereat. Moving for the passing of the resolution to that effect, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. Any second? Objection? Hearing none. So the motion is hereby approved.
As to item number 39, this is a letter dated August 10, 2026 with attachment, also coming from the acting provincial governor, Clive D. Quino, requesting this August body for an authority for the governor to enter into the MOA by and between provincial government of Bukidnon and Dr. Christopher Ronald B. Bandoy, if PSMS. This is with regards to the services of Dr. Bandoy as visiting consultant in the ophthalmology department of Bukidnon Provincial Medical Center, Malaybalay City. Under this agreement, the latter will provide ophthalmology consultations and answer referrals for the consideration of 1 peso annually, as well as conduct outpatient evaluations and clinical support to augment hospital manpower for the period starting May 1, 2026 to December 31, 2026. Acting on this request, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move for the passing of a resolution giving authority for the provincial governor to enter into the MOA between the PGB, Provincial Government of Bukidnon, and Dr. Christopher Ronald B. Bandoy as the visiting consultant in the ophthalmology department of the Bukidnon Provincial Medical Center, Malaybalay City. Moving for the approval of the same, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There's a motion. Objection? Comments? Hearing none. So the motion is hereby approved.
As to item number 40, this is also a letter dated August 10, 2026 with attachment coming from the acting provincial governor, Clive D. Quino, requesting this August body for an authority for the governor to enter into a contract of services by and between the provincial government of Bukidnon and Dr. Dennis James E. Absent. This is with regards to the services of Dr. Absent as a neonatologist at the Bukidnon Provincial Hospital, Maramag. Under this agreement, the latter shall provide medical consultation for complex and high-risk newborn referrals for a monthly consideration of 15,000 pesos, alongside conducting clinical management evaluations and providing support to augment hospital manpower for the period from January 1, 2026 to December 31, 2026, subject to such terms and conditions as set out in the contract of services. Finding the same request to be proper, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution granting authority for the provincial governor to enter into the contract of services between the provincial government of Bukidnon and Dr. Dennis James E. Absent with as neonatologist of the Bukidnon Provincial Hospital, Maramag, Bukidnon, for a consideration of 15,000 pesos per month, Mr. Presiding Officer. Moving for the approval of the same.
And second, it has been moved and seconded. Objection? Comments? Hearing none. So the motion is hereby approved.
As to item number 41, this is a letter dated August 5, 2026 with attachment, also coming from the acting provincial governor, Clive D. Quino, requesting this August body for an authority for the governor to enter into a deed of donation for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon and the 5 liga ng mga barangay and 9 barangay of the 3rd district of the province of Bukidnon as listed to support the emergency shelter of the barangay and to its constituents. Specifically, the municipality is in Bugwak, Barangay Bugwak, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, 1 unit of 10 canopy. Barangay Dolorosa, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, Barangay Kiangat, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, Barangay Migkuya, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, Barangay New Visayas, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, Barangay Usmeña, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, Barangay Sagbayan, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, and Barangay San Vicente, Dangkagan, Bukidnon, which will receive 1 unit of 10 canopy heavy duty. Liga ng mga barangay of Kibawi, Bukidnon, they will be receiving 23 units of 10 canopy heavy duty. Liga ng mga barangay Damulog, Bukidnon, 17 units of 10 canopy heavy duty. Liga ng mga barangay Kadigilan, Bukidnon, 17 units of 10 canopy. Liga ng mga barangay Don Carlos, Bukidnon, 29 units of 10 canopy heavy duty. And Liga ng mga barangay Maramag, Bukidnon, 20 units of 10 canopy heavy duty. With the information that the donors shall be represented by their respective liga ng mga barangay president and punong barangay. Further, the PGB is willing to transfer, convey, and cede by way of donation the ownership of 115 sets brand new tent in favor of the identified recipients subject to such terms and conditions as stipulated in the deed of donation. With that request, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution giving authority to the provincial governor to enter and to sign the deed of donation on those items, 115 sets of brand new tent in favor of the respective recipients as mentioned, Mr. Presiding Officer. Moving for the approval of the said
There's
resolution.
motion and a second. Move and seconded, so the motion is hereby approved.
As to item number 42.
Nana. Okay, so relinquish my position.
Thank you, Honorable Bobby J. Dinlayan. Please proceed. Honorable Monsanto.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is an ordinance 62-2026, an ordinance coming from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the City of Valencia, which is an ordinance adopting the terms and conditions embodied in the notice of loan approval to the City Government of Valencia, Province of Bukidnon in the amount of 2,740,000,000 to finance the various infrastructure projects and acquisition projects with the Land Bank of the Philippines. Upon review, the said ordinance, it is recommended, however, subject to the provisions in accordance with Section 297 of Republic Act 7160, which provides that a local government unit may contract loans, credits, and other forms of indebtedness with any government or domestic private bank and other lending institutions to finance the construction, installation, improvement, expansion, operation, or maintenance of public facilities, infrastructure facilities, housing projects, the acquisition of real property, and the implementation of other capital investment projects subject to such terms and conditions as may be agreed upon by the local government unit and the lender. The proceeds from such transactions shall accrue directly to the local government unit concerned. Also, the local government unit may likewise secure from any government bank and lending institutions short, medium, and long-term loans and advances against security of real estate and other acceptable assets of the establishment, development and expansion of the agricultural, industrial, commercial, house financing projects, livelihood projects, and other economic enterprise. And the government, financial, and other lending institutions are hereby authorized to grant loans, credits, and other forms of indebtedness out of their loanable funds to local government units for purposes specified above. Finding the said requirements to have been complied by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Valencia City, it is therefore recommended that ordinance number 62-2026 of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Valencia City, Bukidnon be approved, the same being in accordance with their authority and functions to pass the same, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections? Comments?
Any second?
Any second? Motion is approved.
Thank you. Nauna na ko basa ang motion. Proceeding, Mr. Presiding Officer, item number 43.
43.
This is a letter dated August 17, 2026 with attachment of the Provincial Governor Rogelio Neil P. Roque, requesting this August body for an authority to enter into a MOA by and between the Provincial Government of Bukidnon and the Bukidnon State University. This is with regards to the implementation of the PGB Medical Scholarship Program, wherein the PGB will provide the serving and qualified students for the province of Bukidnon who are willing to pursue medical education in the Bukidnon State University, with the information that the said MOA shall remain in force for a period of 5 years, commencing from the date of this signing. Finding this said request to be proper, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution giving authority to our provincial governor to enter into a MOA for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon and the Bukidnon State University with regards to the implementation of the PGB Medical Scholarship Program, subject to such terms and conditions set out in the MOA. Moving for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? If there are none, motion is approved.
Next is a letter dated, item number 44, is a letter dated August 17, 2026 with attachment of the Provincial Governor, Rogelio Neil Piroque, requesting the August body for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon with the following scholar grantees: Shaira Jane T. Ason, Raymond O. Carvajal, Carl Denver Hinosa, Leonidas Jr. K. Mosqueda, and Katie Laura B. Zapatos. This is with regards to the implementation of the PGB Medical Scholarship Program, wherein the PGB will provide financial assistance to the above-mentioned scholar grantees who wish to pursue the degree of Doctor of Medicine at the Bukidnon State University, with the information that the said MOA shall remain in force for a period of 5 years commencing from the date of signing. Finding the same to be proper, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution granting authority for our provincial governor to sign and enter into a MOA for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon with the following, as those mentioned scholar grantees, Mr. Presiding Officer, subject to such terms and conditions set out in the MOA. Moving for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? If there are none, motion is approved.
Item number 45. This is a letter dated August 17, 2026 with attachment of the provincial governor Rogelio Neil Piroque, requesting this August body for an authority to enter into a MOA for and in behalf of the provincial government of Bukidnon with the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Cagayan de Oro City, and the following scholar grantees: Chelsea Ann V. Albarese, Mariel G. Barrete, Jaila P. Hayona. This is with regards to the implementation of the PGB Medical Scholarship Program, wherein the PGB will provide the serving and qualified students from the province of Bukidnon who are willing to pursue medical education in USTP-CDO. The PGB shall likewise provide financial assistance to the above-mentioned scholar grantees who wish to pursue the degree of Doctor of Medicine at USTP-CDO, with the information that the said MOA shall remain in force for a period of 5 years commencing from the date of signing. Finding the said request to be proper, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution granting authority for our provincial governor to sign the MOA with the USTP-CDO involving those mentioned scholar grantees, subject to such terms and conditions set out in the MOA. Moving for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? If there are none, motion is approved.
As to item number 46, Mr. Presiding Officer, this is the letter which has been the subject of our discussion a while ago, undated, still undated, urgent and undated, with attached back resolution number 226-480 of the provincial governor Rogelio Neil Piroque, requesting this August body for an authority to sign the purchase order/contract of agreement for the project ITB number G-2026-203, which is the supply and delivery of rice for PGO management with one supplier, Soda Trade Corporation, with a contract cost of 177,999,500 pesos. The procurement of the aforementioned project was conducted by the Provincial Bids and Awards Committee in accordance with the implementing rules and regulations of RA 12009. Since there are several questions, there are several matters that still has to be considered and resolved with finality, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move that this request be referred back to the Committee on Laws for further study and for its final resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Comments? There being none, motion is approved.
As to the last item, Mr. Presiding Officer, item number 47, which is a letter undated also, with attached back resolution number 2026-525 of the provincial governor Rogelio Neil Piroque, requesting this August body for an authority to sign the purchase order/contract for the project RFQ number 2026-07-1312 entertainment package, celebrity artist performers for the 112 Bukidnon founding anniversary. Ano sa siya? September 1, no? September 1. For PGO Tourism with one supplier, Events Pro Artist and Events Management Services for the contract cost of 4,488,000. The procurement of project of the aforementioned for the aforementioned project was conducted by the Provincial Bids and Awards Committee in accordance with the implementing rules and regulations of RA 12009. Finding the request to be proper and in order, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move to pass a resolution granting the request of the Provincial Governor for an authority to sign the purchase order/contract for the entertainment package for PGO Tourism pursuant to the celebration of the 112th Bukidnon founding anniversary. Moving for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved. Quick
Thank-
question. May we know who is who are the artists?
Ang mga attachment anyway,
Yeah.
kinsa yung mga asa attachment.
No, it's already been approved, but just to satisfy our curiosity.
Ha? Ay, 6 bomb?
Sex bomb?
Bebe, kinsa yung mga artist to be?
Sabi lang ko,
Wala nga no?
sa sex bomb, nang lakaw mga batanon?
Wala.
Wala sila kaila. Wala sila kaila.
Ida
Iwan na, gitanggal na naman imong poster sa imong kan.
I think the name, Mr. Presiding Officer, wala naka-reflect kinsa gyud ang artist,
Oh.
murag celebrity ra
Oh.
na.
Kana din si Gisrael. Oh,
Just
abing kumautong artist.
mo sa nitong nalimtan o pangutana sa back ganina. Kinsa ang artist?
Nga. Oh. Phil Gibbs man.
Events, Pro Artist and Events Management Services.
Di na siguro ni isa. Siguro ni isa, Mr. Chair. Mr. Presiding Officer, basta daghan same last time, murag
Yeah, but for kuan lang, ato lang sigurong
Wala nakabutang.
very quick kuan lang siguro query sa atong sa events chair na to for,
Siguro
for next session.
question or next. Ana?
Si Ellie. Pwede lang siguro kay Shara. Di ba? Dako ra sa kayong 4 million. Kay Shara isa. Sige. Anyway, it is already moved and properly seconded and approved by this August body. So maybe next session ato na ipakuan.
Question R, Mr. Chair.
Question R, yes.
So, Mr. Presiding Officer, moving on to for the third and final reading, we have one item for the third and final reading. Mr. Presiding Officer, may I request our SP Secretary to read the ordinance number and the title, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Madam Secretary, please proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Third and final reading, item number 1, Ordinance number 2026-026R of the 28th SP, an ordinance granting the condonation of accumulated penalties to qualified housing beneficiaries of the provincial housing and resettlement subdivision projects implemented by the provincial government of Bukidnon for the calendar year 2026.
Okay, to all those who are in favor of the approval of ordinance number 2026-026R of the 20th SP, say aye. Aye. Unanimously agreed and approved ordinance number 2026-026R of the 20th SP is hereby approved on third and final reading.
Proceeding to our other communications, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move for the following. Item number 1 be forwarded to the Committee on Appropriations for information and appropriate action. Item number 2 be forwarded to the Committee on Laws, Justice and Human Rights for information and appropriate action. Item number 3 be forwarded to the Committee on Peace and Order for information and appropriate action. Item number 4 be noted and forwarded to the members of the Provincial Development Council, namely BM Monsanto and BM Balansag, for their information and reference. Item number 5 be forwarded to the Committee on Education and Committee on Peace and Order for information and reference. Item number 6 be noted and forwarded to the Committee on Health. Item number 7 be forwarded to all SP members for information and reference. So moving, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Objections, comments? There being none, motion is approved.
We now proceed to the other matters from the board members, Mr. Presiding Officer. For first,
Yes.
the Board Member Palmada.
Board Member Palmada, and then Board Member
And then-
Alvarez, and Board Member Marlon Dinlayan.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. I have two items concerned. First, the committee meeting. This is regarding on the water permit applicants for the Summit Health Venture Corporation, Mitsu Zitan, and also the Dole Philippines Incorporated in the Kapitan Bayong, and also Dole Philippines Incorporated in Poblacion, both in the municipality of Impasugong. This is regarding on the posting for our calendar in 15 calendar days, Honorable Presiding Officer. Tuesday, August 25, 9 o'clock in the morning, together with the Summit Health Venture Corporation, Mitsu Zitan. This is on the Poblacion Sur, Don Carlos, Bukidnon, for ilahang dialysis. Man siguro, deep, yeah. This is intended for dialysis, man siguro ne. And lastly, Honorable Presiding Officer, I also move to request our committee member in the Committee on Environmental Protection on 9 o'clock in the morning, together with all those water permit applicants. And lastly, Honorable Presiding Officer, I also move for the invitation in the committee level for to invite Attorney Ligdo, Ma'am Rhodes, and also for the legal. This is regarding on the waste, hospital waste, Honorable Presiding Officer.
Why? What about the
Because
hospital
we
waste?
have just approved for the third party collecting our hospital waste, and until now, I think daghan na kay mga waste in our provincial hospitals. Wala nahakot. Tama, So may we also invite them for an update.
Why not also invite the service provider? Why only the it is not their job.
Sila lang sa,
the job of
because
the
I do understand, Honorable Presiding Officer, in ano lang in BPH Maramag, I think the hospital waste nikaabot na sila more than 100 tons.
Jesus. Imagine the health hazard, no? The health hazard that the community is.
That's why kay katong first na to ang atong magong collector ni murag wala na. So that's why we engage now another third party na to nga collector. And that is bago daw. So that's why mo inquire lang ta kung kano sa mag-start.
But was the previous garbage collector paid already?
I don't know. That's why we have to inquire from them.
If he was already paid, then he has to comply with this obligation. Otherwise, di ba? He should be blacklisted from participating in any government transaction in the future.
Yeah. So I think legal, Ma'am Rhodes, Attorney Ligdo, kana lang siguro sila. Dili lang sa committee lang. Not in question hour. Joint together with the Committee on Health. That would be on Tuesday. If my colleagues here is wanted.
When is that? When is that?
Tuesday, 25 on August, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning? Next week.
Pwede na.
9 ako, kwanto siya, Committee on Environment. Dali na kayo, water permit applicants. Pagka 10, kato na yung mga kwan. Joint committee sa environment o sa health. This is regarding on the waste, kaning kwan, hospital waste. Na? Ano sa na?
Can you please use the podium, Honorable Marlon?
Thank you. Once again, good afternoon to this August body. Supposedly, I have a schedule. I'm going to set a schedule this coming 25th of August. Of course, that's Tuesday because committee on the joint committee on Ways and Means Trade and Industry and committee on Human Rights and Privileges and Laws.
No problem with me if you have also another schedule.
Okay, okay. Supposedly, Mr. Presiding Officer, it was scheduled this morning, 18th of August. But
happened?
What had... Okay ra dito because
Yeah, no problem with me.
okay ra good gentleman from
No
3rd
problem.
District.
This is actually our query lang.
Sige.
Kay bago rin nato na-aprobahan ang katong ato ang memorandum of agreement. Actually this involves millions because na magutay third party collector. Then the BPMC and also BPH Maramag, I've heard they wanted also to establish another building. Pero ang problema kay nagitabunan pagbasura. Si regional director ganito sa Department of Health, gibisita na niya ang Maramag. Si Dr. Ligaspi. Yeah, si Pisyong Ligaspi. Mutong naka-comment siya nga you have to clear up everything.
You know what? This issue requires not just a backdoor discussion, considering the immensity of this concern, di ba?
So-
It should be discussed here
Yeah.
in the
Yeah. So,
Diba?
if the good gentleman also wanted to...
Can you
Ha?
yeah,
Ayaw, on health, we will.
saan sa naang issue sa?
During sa question hour, well and good.
Yeah,
Well and good.
sige.
Sige. Sige. During the question hour na lang. Sige, okay.
Much better. So
Actually, I have no problem with your kadaghan na nato gihimo dinhi nga magdungan tulo ka buok committee meeting. Yeah.
because I'm also a member of the Committee on Health and
No problem. Kung
the
tulo ka buok
Environment.
Okay, why not? Yours will be Honorable Palmada 10 a.m. and then his will be at 11.
Pwede.
Di ba?
Sige, para maka-appeal po ko.
Para maka-attend po siya.
Maka-attend
Di ba?
Sige, okay.
Okay.
Sige. So 10 a.m. Honorable Palmada, that's for the Committee on Environment and Health, and then
And the 11
11 a.m. Committee on
the Joint Committee on the
sige.
Laws, Justice, and Human Rights and Committee on Ways and Means and Trade and Industry. So duha ka
Sige,
committee
sige,
ba
sige.
akong
Sige.
gi-merge?
Okay, unsa nga concern?
With regard to the resolution which I had passed, I guess last
Entitled
encouraging the municipalities to persuade the RBELT ordinance, which is the registered business enterprise and local tax. So, o nga katong ma-impose siyang RBELT nga maghimo og ang mga ordinances ang mga LGUs para nga maka-avail sa katong 2% nga tax mahimuan siya. Kibali ang kani siyang RBELT, Mr. Presiding Officer, ako ning gipasa, di ko ka-recall last month, wala akong nasayop, nga katong mga registered business enterprise, kibali mo good, kani sila, exempted ni sila sa local taxes sa
Registered
Pilipinas.
business enterprise.
Yes.
Anyway, that will be discussed on the committee
Okay,
na lang.
okay.
Okay, sige. So who did you invite?
Okay, I'm going to
Provincial Treasurer?
you mismo
Because
open.
his his or
The
her
Department
collection
of
will be
Inter and Local
affected.
Government, the LG. Okay. To PD Ma'am Rona, siya apelido ani. Tedrasa, as well as from Department of Trade and Industry, Ma'am Familia Villanueva, and the Bureau of Internal Revenue, RDO Pangkoga. So I guess sila atong invite.
Nga, the agency that is really
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer.
primarily
Yeah.
regulating local taxation, it is the BLGF. Yeah. Bureau of Local Government, sala? Bureau of Local Government Finance. They are the ones that they are the final nga mood
How about
kung kuan ba kung kana nga ordinansa is na tax ordinance is
Mo na ba ng Department of Finance?
yeah,
Okay
they're
na
under
sila.
the Department of Finance, the
Ato
DLGF.
Oy, apil lang pero wala mo na di ko balokin sa ilahang kasi boss
Yeah. Because
Okay, please
the
include,
BIR only implements kay kana siya mura og local taxation man na siya, di ba?
yeah.
Yeah, it does not concern the BIR because BIR is for national taxes only. Am I right, Honorable Monsanto? Yeah.
I guess iapin na to ang BIR kay mukonik maguni sila sa kani magong arbal kay national law mag ni siya supposedly.
This,
That's for business taxes?
can I say something, Mr. President?
Yes, Honorable.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, actually, this was
Thank
the
you.
proposal resolution of Board Member Marlon Dinlayan, but it was objected to by the Committee on Laws Chairman, Board Member Oliver Garcia, in as much as they still have to see the guidelines. Because this will be an imposition of a 2% taxes gross income on those registered business enterprise already existing in the local and the local LGUs or the locality.
So business tax, a local sanggunian cannot amend a national law.
That is why the resolution was for the LGU encouraging them. That's the tenor of the resolution.
Yeah,
encouraging them to implement this one, but in the absence of any specific guidelines yet, that was the issue of Board Member Garcia. So that is why this was referred and subject to the committee level discussions or meeting, Mr. Presiding Officer. So this has been supposedly scheduled kanina butag, no?
O ganyan na buntag.
But it
But
was-
happy na may copy.
Sige.
Copy.
Anyway, so let's hear the national agencies out kung sa ilang
Okay.
opinion on this matter. So that will be on 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
This
on
coming
August
25.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Madam Secretary,
Thank you.
please calendar.
Noted,
Thank you,
Honorable
Mr.
Presiding Officer.
Okay. Honorable Alvarez.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Just a query to our Secretary regarding this coming August 20, itong City Council of San Juan.
Yeah.
Any update from that for the
Sisterhood.
sisterhood? Province at the same time sa Malaybalay City.
Saan na sila? Province na sila? Or city?
City.
City of San Juan.
Ilang sisterhood ang Malaybalay City at the same time ang province of Bukidnon.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Presiding Officer, the resolution has been approved, but as to their visit, we do not have any idea because the executive is the one have a contact with San Juan City.
Anyway, we'll probably just ask the Office of the Governor of any updates.
Noted,
Yeah.
Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Alvarez.
Yes, mostly this Thursday.
This Thursday, pero murag, wa pa man nag-subside ang baha karon dito. Oh. Mulargar, magkukurang pitsa 20. Yes. Okay, any other matters from the board members?
Ano ba?
Okay, one more from Honorable
One
Monsanto.
more. It seems that the Tuesday morning schedule for committee meetings is quite loaded already because I also take the initiative if we can arrange with Board Member Garcia on the 177 million rice procurement. This was previously earlier referred to the Committee on Laws. Could we hear the staff of Board Member Garcia, if that could be accommodated not on a Tuesday? Di niya ito ganyan. Ha? Nawala no. Kay I was coordinating with her kung okay ba kang Oliver kang BM Garcia nga i-defer man kuno. Dili po
But
siguro.
it has been deferred already, right?
Yes, defer.
To next week.
That was already referred to the Committee on Laws, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Mhm.
So I do not know. Anyway, let's wait for.
Let the Secretariat please inform Honorable Garcia that an item has been referred to his committee.
Okay.
And
Noted.
Then ask the Honorable Garcia how he would like to proceed.
Okay.
Whether he would
Noted.
like to discuss it. Pwede naman na masingit in
Yes,
Noted,
Okay.
Honorable Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Monsanto. Anyone else? Okay,
Mr. Presiding
Secretary's time.
Officer, Secretary's time.
This is just a gentle reminder relative to item number 5 of the other communications. This is for board member, chairman of the Committee on Appropriation, board member Monsanto, and president of the Liga ng mga Barangay LNB Bukidnon, Honorable Godofredo Balansag. This coming August 2026 will be the PDC Executive Committee meeting, Thursday at 1:30 p.m. at the PPDO conference room.
Yes,
Thank you,
Balansag.
Mr. Presiding Officer. Murag wala ko ana ma'am, kahit ako Cebu. Under ko operasyon. So, pwede ra siguro ang kuan? Stop na ko ana?
Okay, we will just inform the PPDO,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Presiding Officer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So before we end, this August 30, we will be celebrating the Provincial Press Freedom Week. So, and in line with that, let me leave you a quote which says, "Let us never confuse political correctness with good governance. Good governance is not about avoiding difficult questions. It is about having the courage to answer them. And when the press asks those questions, let us remember, scrutiny is not an attack. It is accountability at work." And with that, Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, I move for the adjournment of today's session.
The 56th regular session is hereby adjourned. Thank you, lady and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed. Did you enjoy the pinakalamian nga binangkal in the entire world?